Stations, if you encounter any technical issues related to this Georgia Show broadcast, please call our trouble hotline at 336-831-0861. Mark, 2 minutes until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Your next time cue will come with 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Stations, we are coming up on 1 minute until airtime. 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, Mark. 1 minute, stations. 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Studio producers, when you hear touchdown, please start your archive recording. Coming up on 30 seconds until airtime. Mark, 30 seconds. Your next and final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Touchdown! Studios, start your archive recording. Coming up on 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds, stations. Have fun.
The following is a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
On the whistle, you got to make it.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, this is Georgia basketball.
We have got to be physically tough and mentally tough.
Plays it up and in and gets fouled.
Oh, my goodness. Georgia basketball is brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Georgia Farm Bureau, always the home team. And by Piedmont Healthcare, connecting you with great care every step of the way. With confidence, we move forward. With heart, we keep carrying on.
Horn straightaway three on the catch. Good, he buries it.
There's no secret. You rebound the ball, you hold them to one shot, you get out on your break, you make the next pass.
To the rack, good, two hands. He got up there and flushed it home.
Don't turn the ball over a lot. You find a way to get in the bonus early. Those are good recipes to win.
This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now to Courtside, along with Chuck Dowdle, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another night of Georgia Bulldogs basketball. Coming up tonight from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. It's day 2 of the Legends Classic, featuring the Georgia Bulldogs and the Northwestern Wildcats tonight. This is the consolation game after both teams lost their opener last night. Georgia dropped a 65-55 decision to Virginia, and Northwestern was beaten by Providence 77-72. This will be the first meeting ever between Georgia and Northwestern. The Bulldogs come into this game 2-3 overall, having dropped their last 2 games. The Wildcats now 4-1 after suffering their first loss of the season last night. It's our final night in New Jersey. The Dogs will return to Athens to play their next 8 straight games at home. But first, it's Georgia's second game in the Legends Classic. SEC and Big Ten tonight as the Bulldogs face Northwestern. The Courtside Countdown show is brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Adam Gillespie is our producer-engineer, and Zach Jewell is our network studio host. And we'll bring you back to the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia drivers take pride in their cars because your car is important to you. It gets you back and forth every day, helping you connect with family and friends, getting you to work, to the store, and the football game. Protect the vehicle that protects you with dependable coverage from an insurance company that's known for keeping its promises. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, right here in your community. Learn more at gfbinsurance.com.
Kroger knows this year the holidays are doubly important, so make your celebrations doubly special with fresh, never frozen, prime grade beef and Simple Truth organic Brussels sprouts. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Double specialness, void where prohibited. Certain restrictions. Wait, stop, illegal. We've got even more special holiday food. It's like delicious king crab legs, private selection gourmet potatoes, or cave-aged Murray's cheese, and fresh baked La Brea bread. Kroger, fresh for everyone. All right, legal. You're up. Double specialness, void where prohibited. Certain restrictions may apply. Shop at participating stores for more details.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Catches it with a spin move. Drop step to the baseline. Slam and jam. Steps back for three. Nailed it from way downtown. Drives the lane. Kaboom! Count it. And gets the foul. Are you kidding me?
Keep the excitement of game day going in a Nissan. With game-changing tech that makes every drive as exciting as a game-winning buzzer beater. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Hey, welcome back to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers courtside show here in New Jersey. Grindhouse Killer Burgers, live fast, eat well. Georgia and Northwestern coming up, day 2 of the Legends Classic. Chuck Dowdle is here as the Bulldogs get ready to take on the Wildcats. We saw the Bulldogs in Virginia last night, and it went, I want to say it went down to the wire, but it kind of got away from us in that second half. Georgia had a 3-point lead in intermission, and then the second half certainly didn't go our way as Virginia outplayed us and out-defended us in that final 20 minutes.
No question about it, Scott. And, you know, the tournament is calling this the consolation game. To Georgia, this is no consolation game. This might as well be the championship game. They need a win. Look, they've lost 2 straight to a Power 5 conference team, you know, in Georgia Tech and now Virginia. Now you're taking on another Power 5 conference team in Northwestern. The Dogs need to win. They need to know that what they're doing is going to get them on the right path to having a good season. They need a victory over a school like Northwestern. And, you know, keep your fingers crossed. Maybe it'll happen tonight.
4-1 Northwestern, 2-3 Georgia. First meeting between the two teams, and it happens here in Newark, New Jersey tonight. Stay tuned now. We've got more of the Grindhouse Killer Burgers courtside show on the way. Zach Jewell standing by in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, and he's up next here on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Healing and protecting your heart isn't a one-person job. It takes a team. At Northside Hospital Heart Institute, we've brought together 75 leading physicians with the expertise to treat any cardiovascular condition. Whether you need a checkup, to get your blood pressure under control, or face a serious heart surgery, we're here to give you the utmost confidence in your care. Now at over 50 locations across Georgia. Northside Hospital Heart Institute. Excellence at heart.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore. It's where dogs shop.
There's just so much that's new with the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway restaurants that I can't possibly fit it all into just one radio spot. But I'm going to try. There are great new subs like the All-American Club, Turkey Cali Fresh, and the new Steak and Cheese. There are amazing new toppings like hickory smoked bacon, smashed avocado, and new mozzarella. There's new bread like the Hearty Multigrain and Artisan Italia bread, and new sauces like the MVP Parmesan Vinaigrette. And that's really all I have time for. You gotta refresh to be fresh. Only at Subway. Freshly prepared in front of you.
Welcome back to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, scores and highlights from around college basketball. Let's go inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Here's Zach Jewell.
It's the consolation game of the Roman Champions Classic at the Prudential Center, as we're less than 20 minutes from tip-off between the Dogs and the Cats of Northwestern. Zach Jewell here with you from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios to run you through scores around the college basketball Thanksgiving week slate. We'll start in the SEC. One-game final already. Texas A&M over Butler 57-50. That game part of the Maui Invitational being played in Las Vegas away from the Allen for the second straight year. Two games coming up later at 7 p.m. Wofford takes on South Carolina, and at 9:30 Cincinnati plays number 13 Arkansas as part of the Hall of Fame Classic presented by Hotels.com. To the top 25 slate, three other games. Tell you about number 12, Houston takes on Wisconsin. That game tips off at 5 o'clock with us. That game, another Maui Invitational game. 7 p.m. brings us number 14, Illinois taking on Kansas State. Another Hall of Fame Classic game. And then late tonight, number 1 versus number 2 for the Good Sam Empire Classic at 10 o'clock. Number 1 Gonzaga plays number 2 UCLA. We'll get you up to date on all of that throughout the game, but now we turn our attention back to the matter at hand. Scott Howard sits down with head coach Tom Crean next to preview this afternoon's matchup against the Wildcats. That's straight ahead on the Bulldog Sports Network.
The SEC taught us that it's easy to love winning, but that the best of the best know where to look for the win, even in losing. Because setbacks are an inevitable part of almost any endeavor, and the hardest lessons are the ones that teach us the most. As the official bank of the SEC, at Regions, we believe every day is a good day to dig deeper. What has the SEC taught you? Join the conversation with #SEC Lessons. Regions Bank. Member FDIC.
Kroger knows this year the holidays are doubly important, so make your celebrations doubly special with fresh, never frozen prime-grade beef and Simple Truth organic Brussels sprouts. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Double specialness, void where prohibited. Certain restrictions. Wait, stop, illegal. We've got even more special holiday food. It's like delicious king crab legs, private selection gourmet potatoes, or cave-aged Murray's cheese, and fresh-baked La Brea bread. Kroger, fresh for everyone. All right, legal. You're up. Double specialness, void where prohibited. Certain restrictions may apply. Shop at participating stores for more details.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia drivers take pride in their cars because your car is important to you. It gets you back and forth every day, helping you connect with family and friends, getting you to work, to the store, and the football game. Protect the vehicle that protects you with dependable coverage from an insurance company that's known for keeping its promises. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, right here in your community. Learn more at gfbinsurance.com.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
We're getting closer to tip-off. Time now for a visit with the Dogs head coach, Tom Crean. With Coach Crean, here's Scott Howard.
Back here on the Grindhouse Killer Burgers courtside show, Coach Tom Crean is with us here. We're in Newark, New Jersey for day number 2 of the Legends Classic. Georgia and Northwestern coming up for the first time ever. These two teams will meet in just a few minutes. And Coach, it's a quick turnaround for this one as you get ready for the Wildcats today.
It is, and it's there's a lot of learning to do inside of that. And our guys have been locked in this morning, early this afternoon with our pregame meal. We spent some quality time this morning looking at film, walking through, going over the things that we want to do. I mean, if you put all of Northwestern's plays in, it might take you a week because they run so many things. So a game like this comes down in a short period of time to concepts because they've got some really, really good players. They're an older team. They've been together for a while. They're battle tested, and we've got to do a really good job of not trying to take away everything, but trying to take away the main things, which will hopefully lead to shrinking that playbook for them.
What were your thoughts on the Virginia game last night?
Well, we defended well enough to win. We didn't shoot well enough, but again, I mean, to shoot 10 less free throws than Virginia and out-rebound them by 13 and deal with the screening the way that it was still befuddles me. I mean, it really does. But again, we make a couple more shots. We had a couple of empty possessions when we were up one, or it was a tie game. And against good teams, that's hard to do. And they made some big plays. But we played well enough to win. There's no doubt about that. We defended well enough. We rebounded well enough. We just got to put it all together.
And Northwestern today, they've got some big guys. Does size affect us at all?
Well, it could, but we're not going to be able to let it because we're going to be without some guys today. I mean, we were not feeling well yesterday. We're worse today. So we've actually got a couple guys that aren't here. Noah Bauman's not here. Tyrone Baker's not here. We're hopeful that they'll feel good enough that they can travel home with us here tonight. We've still got some other guys that are here that are under the weather that we're going to have to read during the game. Coaches included, not me, but coaches included. So we just got to weather it. You know, we've got to weather the storm, and you can never control sickness. And when it's going to hit, you can take all the precautionary steps of flu shots and all those types of things, but you just have to deal with it. So we're going to have to really be sharp and locked in and aware and be ready to play on demand.
Yeah, that's a tough hand to be dealt, and how do you deal with that? And as you point out, the show must go on.
Yeah, you can't. We have Dr. Palmer with us. We have Lance Schumann, our trainer. I mean, they're on top of it. They're doing a great job. I feel awful for Noah Bauman because his parents traveled from California to see him in this, and he probably wasn't healthy enough to play last night, even though he was cleared. But it's just tough, but you just got to move, right? You've got to move, and they've got to see me and know that I'm not flustered by it. I'm not frustrated by it. We've just got to go. And what we've got to do is really lock into the game plan and then really control what we can control, which is our transition defense, our ability to challenge shooters, block out. We got to do a better job, Scott, of moving the ball. When we get 3 or more passes and get a couple of reversals, we're really good at getting great shots, and we got to do a better job of that. And that ball's going to have to move better tonight.
Tom, thanks for your time. Good luck against Northwestern.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, that's Coach Tom Crean. Georgia and Northwestern coming up here in the Legends Classic in New Jersey. And we'll give you the starting lineups right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
There's nothing like cheering on the Dogs with 92,746 friends. And if we keep staying safe, we'll get back there soon. I'm Michael Burnett, CEO of Piedmont Athens Regional. We're proud to serve our community through the pandemic, and we're grateful for your help. The past year has been tough, but there's hope around the corner. Classic Georgia game days can be in our future. Protect each other and get vaccinated as soon as you're able to. Help Piedmont keep carrying on, and go Dogs.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Kroger knows this year the holidays are doubly important, so make your celebrations doubly special with fresh, never frozen, prime grade beef and Simple Truth organic Brussels sprouts. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Double specialness, void where prohibited. Certain restrictions. Wait, stop, illegal. We've got even more special holiday food, like delicious king crab legs, private selection gourmet potatoes, our cave-aged Murray's cheese, and fresh baked La Brea bread. Kroger, fresh for everyone. All right, legal. You're up. Double specialness, void where prohibited. Certain restrictions may apply. Shop at participating stores for more details.
At Wrangler, we know that life is all about taking the reins, no matter what's in front of you or which way the road turns. Because life is one big glorious ride, and Wrangler jeans are made to handle every step of it. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Wrangler is made for those moments when your heart says go and you follow it beyond what's expected. Because when the heart calls, you gotta be ready in jeans that are made to move and built to last. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Bottom line is we just got to keep getting better.
Works his magic with that dribble. He throws it up from deep on the left baseline and got the bank shot and the foul.
NBA throw is rated for wow. 23, Scott.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Dogs basketball.
Straightaway three on the catch. Good, he buries it. Put it up, he does. And it's good from the elbow.
Georgia basketball is brought to you by Piedmont Healthcare, connecting you with great care every step of the way. With confidence, we move forward. With heart, we keep carrying on.
Finger roll good with the kiss. Count it. Himself for a three. Set shot. Good.
Now, alongside Chuck Dowdle, let's go courtside and join the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Back here inside the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Here's the starting five for Georgia tonight. The Bulldogs at 2-3. Tom Crean starting five will feature Aaron Cook, a 6'2 transfer from Gonzaga. He's from St. Louis, Missouri. Cario Oquendo, junior college transfer, 6'4 from Titusville, Florida. Jabri Abdul-Rahim, transfer from Virginia, 6'8 sophomore from South Orange, New Jersey. Jalen Ingram, 6'7 transfer from Florida Atlantic University from Madison, Georgia. And Braylon Bridges, 6'11 from McDonough, Georgia. Back after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Bulldogs fans, ready for an easy assist to help lower your Georgia power bill? Team up with Energy Star LED light bulbs, which use up to 90% less energy than traditional bulbs. Georgia Power's lighting program makes the switch to LEDs affordable by offering a huge score, instant rebates on select bulbs at participating retailers and online at the Georgia Power Marketplace. Find a participating retail team near you at georgiapower.com/lighting with the Find a Store tool, or look for our signs in the lighting aisle. LEDs give you the best shot at lowering your power bill. Join Team LED today.
Healing and protecting your heart isn't a one-person job. It takes a team. At Northside Hospital Heart Institute, we've brought together 75 leading physicians with the expertise to treat any cardiovascular condition. Whether you need a checkup, to get your blood pressure under control, or face a serious heart surgery, we're here to give you the utmost confidence in your care. Now at over 50 locations across Georgia. Northside Hospital Heart Institute. Excellence at heart.
Up to the second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There's just so much that's new with the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway restaurants that I can't possibly fit it all into just one radio spot, but I'm going to try. There are great new subs like the All-American Club, Turkey Cali Fresh, and the new Steak and Cheese. There are amazing new toppings like hickory smoked bacon, smashed avocado, and new mozzarella. There's new bread like the hearty multigrain and artisan Italia bread, and new sauces like the MVP Parmesan vinaigrette. And that's really all I have time for. You gotta refresh to be fresh. Only at Subway. Freshly prepared in front of you.
Becoming America's best-selling brand means you never settle for anything less. Like the Ford F-150. With its premium-grade muscle and finely tuned intelligence, it's a beast with brains. The Ford Bronco Sport. With unquestioned toughness and capability, it's built to take on the mountains. And Ford's complete lineup of all-wheel drive SUVs gives you the power, style, and space you need for life on the go. Contact your local Ford store for exclusive offers on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Sales only based on calendar year sales.
you the starting five now for the Northwestern Wildcats, a record of 4-1. Their head coach is Chris Collins in his 9th season as the head coach there. 122 and 135 is his record. The son of Doug Collins, former assistant at Seton Hall and Duke, played his college basketball at Duke University. His starting five tonight will be Bowie, 6'2 junior guard from Albany, New York. Ty Berry, a 6'3 sophomore guard from Newton, Kansas. Casey Simmons, a 6'6 freshman guard from Milton, Massachusetts. Robbie Baran, a 6'9 junior forward from Richmond, Virginia. And Pete Nance, a 6'10 senior forward from Akron, Ohio. It's time for our keys to the game, driven by Ford F-150 on game day and every day. Ford F-150 rises to the challenge with innovations and features that tackle even the toughest jobs. Score one today at buyfordnow.com. Now here's Chuck Dowdle with our Ford F-150 keys to the game.
Thanks so much, Scott. Well, we're into Game 6 now of this young basketball season for the Georgia Bulldogs, and now it's time for us to play a complete game. And by that, I mean we need to shoot well, we need to rebound well, we need to defend well, and we need to limit turnovers. So that's first and foremost. Look, I'd even settle for 3 of the 4, but if we can do that, then I'd like our chances. Secondly, we got to stay on Boo Bowie. I mean, that young man is a threat to score at any point. He's also a terrific passer. He runs their offense. He's a guy that we are going to have to control today. And then finally, we got to close strong. Our last 2 games, we've had leads late, but couldn't close the deal. We've got to learn not to let games slip away late. That is a learning process, but once you learn it, you never forget it.
All right, both teams have been introduced to the smattering of fans that are in the 18,000-seat Prudential.
I've always wondered what the official definition of smattering was.
This is a smattering.
I now know.
Yes.
That's 106.
All right, before we get started, let's pause 10-second station identification on the Bulldog Sports Network. Well, we're going to reuse officials, too, from last night's contest. Donnie Epley, Chuck Jones, and Rob Rourke being recycled through once again. Epley and Jones worked our game last night. This is the 3rd straight game that Chuck Jones has worked and officiated a Georgia basketball contest. Our tip-off is brought to you by Northside Hospital. They have brought their legacy of quality health care to Gwinnett County. Today, Northside expanding resources and facilities in Lawrenceville, Duluth, Brazelton, and in other communities near you. Northside is proud to serve Gwinnett and to serve your families. To learn more, visit northside.com. The Dogs in their black throwback uniforms this afternoon, looking good with black tops and black bottoms, and Northwestern in all white with purple trim, purple numbers, purple lettering. The Wildcats and the Bulldogs getting set to tip it off here for the first time ever in actual competition. It'll be Pete Nance at 6'10 for Northwestern. Braylon Bridges listed at 6'11 jumping for the Bulldogs, and it'll be Bridges winning the tap. And we are underway here in Newark, New Jersey this afternoon. Dogs with the first possession and looking to even their record at 3-3 with a win here today. Aaron Cook on the dribble for Georgia. Works on the left wing, skips it down in the corner. And the ball kicked, I believe, by Northwestern on the far side. So reset the clock to 20, and Georgia will inbound. Front court on the far sideline.
Northwestern comes out in a man-to-man. Now, they played a 3-2 zone last night against Providence, but coming out man-to-man against the Dogs.
Dogs working around the top of the key. Jalen Ingram holds on the left wing, looks straight away, feeds Cook to his right. They double Cook for the moment. He spins, loses the handle. Ball bounces high, out of bounds on the near sideline. Dogs turn it over without ever getting a shot. Northwestern basketball. They'll inbound it with Nance. Half-court line. Now they work down to our left here in the Prudential Center in downtown Newark, New Jersey. Bowie, top of the key to Nance. They work it inside to Baran. He kicks it out on the perimeter. They fire a 3 from the right side, and Ty Berry, a 6'3 sophomore, has his 3-point shot. deflect off the rim and climb over the backboard and out of bounds. It'll be the Dogs' ball.
I'll tell you what, Northwestern was impressive the way they moved the basketball around that Georgia zone to get that shot.
Dogs on the offensive end. Neither team has scored yet. We're a minute in. Consolation game of the Legends Classic. Bridges has got it on the left baseline. Fires a pass right down the line into the right corner to Jabri Abdur-Rahim. He misses a three. Rebound to Northwestern. The Wildcats hustle it up from right to left. Baran with a three over Bridges. Off the rim. No good from the left wing. Rebound Georgia. Cook's got the ball in his right hand. And we're going to have a foul.
Wow.
On Bridges, offensive foul as Braylon Bridges was trying to hustle down and post up on the right block.
Braylon fouled out last night, got in foul trouble, ended up fouling out, all the second half. You remember that?
I do remember that.
Yeah, it hadn't been that long ago, has it?
No, it's just less than 24 hours.
Seems like it was yesterday.
Or about 24 hours, I guess. So Northwestern with the ball once again. Here's Bowie from the left corner. Airmails a three in the corner. Dogs catch the rebound on the other side. Cook's got it in the front court right. Behind the back dribble, pinned in on the near sideline. Finds Oquendo top of the key. Swing it around left to Jalen Ingram. The 24-year-old puts it on the floor, spins, moves, shoots on the block, sends it over the rim in short distance. A 2-footer that just sailed right over the iron. Rebound to Northwestern. Still no score. 17:58 on the clock here in the first half. Bowie sends it right to Robbie Baran, 6'9". They go in the corner to Nance. Nance matched up with Cook. He's going to try to back Cook down, spins on the baseline, and ball knocked out of bounds by Cook, I believe, and it's Northwestern's going to maintain the possession with only 10 seconds on the shot clock.
The Dogs, the Dogs' defense collapse on Nance because they know once the ball goes into him, it generally stays there.
Wildcats feed it in, right corner three, quickly. Ty Berry, good. That's the first points of the ball game. They call it a two-pointer, not a three from the right corner, but right on the baseline. So Northwestern with a 2-0 lead. Dogs still looking for their first points of the ball game. Ingram will try from three, just left of the circle, off the front of the rim and off the backboard. Rebound down to Northwestern. Wildcats, Bowie. Lobs it to the right to Nance. Nance works against Bridges. Lay-in won't go. Too hard. Rebound out to Jalen Ingram for the Dogs. He slides into the front court. Pushes it. One-handed pass batted by Northwestern, but it got to its target, Oquendo. Now Bridges has got it in the post. Steps into the paint. Jump hook with the left hand. Won't go. Rolls over the rim. Rebound down to Northwestern. Nance pulls it down. The 6'10 senior forward from Akron, Ohio. Feeds it back to Barry for a three off the right side of the rim from the left wing. That's no good. Rebound to the Dogs. Ingram's got it back. We still haven't scored. It's only 2-0, and we've almost played 3.5 minutes. Ingram from the elbow drives it in a little bit closer in traffic. Tries to bank it in on a fadeaway, and he got fouled.
Well, at least now we'll go to the line. Let's see if we can hit some free throws.
Foul on. That was on one of their big guys, 6'9" junior forward from Richmond, Virginia, Barron. And that'll put Ingram on the line for Georgia, looking for their first points of the ball game.
And the free throw line has been, it's been one of those that it's giveth and it's taken away from us this year. There have been games where we've shot real well from the free throw line, and then a lot of games where we have not shot well at the line, left just too many points there.
Ingram, 8 of 9 at the foul line on the year, and that free throw all over the rim, but rolls in good for the first point of the day for Georgia. 2-1, Northwestern with 16:30 to go in the first half. And the second free throw from the 6'7" graduate transfer from Madison, Georgia. He rips it home, good. All net for Jalen Ingram. 2-2 is our score. Northwestern with the basketball. Ryan Greer is in the game now, a 6'2" senior from Atlanta. Barron, high lob to Nance. He catches, tries to lay it in, left it short. Ball is loose. Rebound picked up by Abdur-Rahim on the run for Georgia. To Oquendo, kick out right to Cook for three. Good! There's a Scana Energy three by Aaron Cook to give the Dogs the lead, 5-2. Aaron last night 0 for 5 on threes in the loss to Virginia.
And they're going to call Ingram for a foul. on Nance.
Yeah, he was holding. Nance had a spin move to get away from Jalen Ingram, and Ingram grabbed him, and they got the foul on Ingram for Georgia, and that gets us into a timeout with 15:56 to go in half number one. Dogs 5, Northwestern 2, back to Newark, New Jersey, and the Prudential Center right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein to give your body what it needs when it needs it. Recover and build lean muscle with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Want more exclusives and behind-the-scenes Bulldogs content, more game highlights, mic'd ups, and original programming? Search for the Georgia Bulldogs All Access channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Georgia Bulldogs All Access, your official inside connection to Georgia football and all Georgia Bulldogs sports.
As a coach, you don't just put any player on the line. You've got to make the right choice and recruit the right people. Train them, give them experience, and coach them up so they're ready when you call. I'm Kenny Mullins for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613, and that's how we feel about our electricians. Our electricians are recruited, educated, and trained on the job to become the top 1% of electricians anywhere. So we're ready when you call. Make the right choice. Hire IBEW electricians. Learn more at IBEW613.org.
Five to 2 is our score early on. A lot of misses, not a lot of makes in that first 4 minutes.
Isn't that the old Hugh Durham?
Yes, it is.
I got plenty of shooters. I need some makers.
We need some makers.
We're shooting 16% from the floor on 1 for 6. They're shooting 12%. They're 1 for 8 from the floor. So, thank goodness for poor shooting on that end, too.
Hey, Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub's the best place to grab 100% verified tickets. And StubHub's the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there. Northwestern will inbound, hoist to 3. Ty Berry connects from the right wing for the Wildcats, and we're tied at 5. Dogs possession, we're all in black, Northwestern in white. Work on the right end of the floor from our vantage point on row 2 behind the scorer's table here at the Prudential Center. They could have put us courtside on the other side. There's nobody sitting there. Here's Cook on the right wing. A little deeper into the corner to Oquendo. Up the wing to Cook. Only 2 to shoot. We look at the clock last second. Cook launches a 3. It hits the front of the rim. The rebound is touched out by, I guess, Ingram, and it'll belong to Northwestern. Dogs forced a late shot there. We kind of lost the sight of the shot clock. 5-5 contest. Northwestern with the basketball. Ryan Young, a 6'10 redshirt junior, is in the game now for Chris Collins' Wildcat team. Greer for 3, left wing. That's good again. Ryan Greer, senior guard from Atlanta, gives Northwestern the lead, 8-5. Back-to-back threes on their possessions. Put them in front by 3. Oquendo dribbles for Georgia. Scoops it underhand to Ingram on the right side of the floor. Now feed Cook. He drives, dishes across the lane to Braylon Bridges. They blow the whistle and call a foul on Northwestern. And that'll be a hold on Julian Roper on the Wildcats. First on Roper and the second on Northwestern here in the half. Dogs inbound over the right baseline. Cook's got the ball, bounce it down to Bridges, wide open on the block, and he dunks it easy and softly with 2 hands.
Yeah, the Wildcats defense just lost him that time and fell asleep.
8-7. Dogs trail by 1. First points of the contest for Braylon Bridges, who had 14 last night against Virginia. 3 ball left corner by Northwestern won't go. Roper off target. Dogs with a rebound. Ingram's got it. Walks it across from the left wing. Gives it to Abdur Rahim. He feeds Cook, who curls around behind him to take the pass. Back to Jabri. Catch and shoot three. Line drive. Too flat. Hits the rim. Rebound down to Northwestern.
Yeah, that was exactly right. Just too flat a shot.
Wildcats look and shoot the three straight on. The big guy, Elijah Williams, a 6'7" transfer from Fairleigh Dickinson, misses his first shot. And the Dogs rebound that miss. High pass into the right corner. Cook goes up high to bring it down. Feeds Bridges, who feeds Abdur Rahim down the lane. And the runner will not be good. The whistle kills the play, and they call a foul on Northwestern. That's going to put Jabri at the free throw line for the Dogs. Clock stops at 13:37 to go in the half, and Northwestern up 8-7. 6'8" sophomore transfer from Virginia and South Orange, New Jersey. Jabri Abdur Rahim hits home the first free throw for his first point of the game, and we're tied at 8. Tyron McMillan and Christian Wright will check into the ball game for Georgia.
Well, we basically have 2 point guards now in the game in Wright and Cook. And Cook pulled down that rebound.
Abdur Rahim missed the second free throw, and the rebound tapped way out front, and the Dogs get another crack at it. Here's Wright with his first action. Feed it left to Abdur Rahim. He's going to go left baseline, skip it into the corner, up the wing to Wright for a three. No good. Side iron rebound. Christian hustles for the loose ball. And
I got to tell you, that's
rebound to the Dogs.
Yeah, that's Georgia's ball, and give credit to the Dogs for the hustle. I mean, Christian Wright, when he saw which way that was coming off the rim, boy, he just flew to it.
Into the right corner, a lot of bodies going after the ball. Jackson Etter's in the game now for Georgia as well, and he'll inbound as Northwestern touched it out first. Etter throws it into the backcourt. Cook lets it bounce, now chases it back at the free throw line to our left to retrieve the ball. 15 on the shot clock. Dogs get into their offense. Here's Wright with a left-hand dribble. Goes to Cook on the left wing, up high. Fakes the pass down low. Hits McMillan at the elbow. Steps in one step. Shoots the one-hander. Won't go off the rim. Rebound. Touched out Northwestern. Georgia basketball again. 20 on the shot clock. 12:55 remaining in a tie ball game. 8-8.
All right, this is our fourth opportunity on this possession.
Keep going. McMillan's pinned in on the baseline. Hooks a pass out left wing to Wright. Over to Cook. Fakes the pass right. Northwestern stays with him. Tries to work his way into the rim. Backdoor pass on the bounce to Jackson Etter, and a reverse lay-in by Etter is good.
Etter was cutting on that baseline, and that's the way this offense is designed to run.
Cook and Etter working well. Here's Northwestern. Quick three, right corner. They take no time. Boo Buie with his first basket. A three-pointer. That's their third of the game. It's 11-10 Northwestern. Dogs ball. We've got Etter and Wright. Cook, McMillan, and Ingram are five on the floor. Cook over to Jalen Ingram. Puts it on the floor with the left hand. Drives under the basket. Quick feed around the horn. It goes back left to Cook for a three. Missed everything. Got the lower right corner of the backboard. Rebound down to Northwestern. Nance with it, matched up with Cook again. He pushes, and now he's called for a charge.
Hey, my goodness, how obvious can you be?
Yeah, the second push with that left forearm, and Cook just knocked him sprawling through the lane.
Well, I think what happened, he got away with the first push, and he thought, well, I can get away with this, so he did it again.
And he didn't get away with it the second time. Foul on Nance, timeout here in New Jersey. 11:53 to go, first half. Northwestern 11, Georgia 10. Back in a moment, Bulldog Sports Network.
You know what's fun about the holidays? Yep, it's shopping. Well, the Georgia Lottery and Fantasy 5 are about to up the fun with a chance to win a $5,000 shopping spree. Every week in November, 5 winners will win $5,000 to go shopping. Just enter your non-winning Fantasy 5 ticket at fantasy5giveaway.com. And who knows, you could win $5,000 to buy whatever you want. It all happens in November. So play Fantasy 5 from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Take advantage of our holiday credit today. Visit BMWATL.com for details. Go Dogs! There's just so much that's new with the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway restaurants that I can't possibly fit it all into just one radio spot. But I'm going to try. There are great new subs like the All-American Club, Turkey Cali Fresh, and the new Steak and Cheese. There are amazing new toppings like hickory smoked bacon, smashed avocado, and new mozzarella. There's new bread like the hearty multigrain and artisan Italia bread, and new sauces like the MVP Parmesan vinaigrette. And that's really all I have time for. You got to refresh to be fresh. Only at Subway. Freshly prepared in front of you.
Along with Chuck Dowdle, Scott Howard back here at the Prudential Center, Newark, New Jersey. Adam Gillespie, our producer-engineer, Zach Jewell, in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Georgia basketball driven by your local Atlanta area BMW centers, providing legendary performance, exceptional offers, and a premium ownership experience at BMW. They only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWATL.com today, proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Georgia has the possession. We work in the front court with Aaron Cook back and forth behind the screen from McMillan over to Ingram for a 3. Hits the front of the rim, no good. Rebound to Northwestern again. Boo Buie, the 6'2 guard. Dishes it off inside to Ryan Young. He finishes with a running layup and a foul on the Dogs. They'll count the bucket and send Young to the line for an and one. The foul was on Jalen Ingram, and that's his second.
We just got beat back up the floor and then fouled in trying to make up.
Young, 6'10", 240, redshirt junior, a center from Stewartsville, New Jersey. 89% free throw shooter, 17 of 19 this season. Big right-hander. High free throw, comes right down through the basket. His first points, a three-point play, and it's 14-10, Northwestern. 4-point lead for the Wildcats, largest of the game so far, 11:16 to go in the first half. Oquendo has it, slides inside the foul line, quick feed right to the corner to Christian Wright, who gives it off to Cook. His floater down the lane won't go, hits the back of the rim, rebound to Northwestern. Wildcats push it into the front court in a hurry. Nance twists to the right and left, feeds it to Bowie to his left. Bowie now will shoot with Young in front screening. Misses the 3 ball off the iron. Rebound to the Dogs.
And, as big as they are, we are out-rebounding them tremendously here in the first half.
Georgia on the offensive end, down 4. Cook with the ball, high right wing, guarded by Greer. Wildcats in a man-to-man. Eder runs along the baseline. Unguarded, up to Oquendo. Deep 3, NBA 3, left it short, hit the front of the rim. Dogs just cold from 3, 1 for 9. Northwestern drains one from the left corner. Casey Simmons, a 6'6 freshman, buries a 3 in front of our bench. That's their 4th of the half. And the lead grows to 7, 17-10. Dogs ball, Eder dribbles hard, top of the key, hands off to right, feeds right baseline to McMillan. He goes one-on-one, draws a double team, tries to go up between the 2 defenders. Under the basket, he got fouled.
And that's
They'll
where
go
I
to
like
the line,
to see
have to earn it there.
McMillan play down there on that baseline around that basket, because he's good at that. He's good at finishing or drawing a foul or both.
He got the foul on Simmons, his first, and 2 free throws coming for Tyron McMillan, 6'9" and 220. And Ty 4 for 4 from the line this season. And now 5 for 5 as he rolls that one in there for his first point of the contest. McMillan had 8 points, matching his career best last night. A couple of rebounds and 12 minutes of play against Virginia. Dogs without some size, and 6'11 freshman Tyrone Baker, also without Noah Bauman in the ballgame today. Both players are sick back at the hotel. And McMillan hits both free throws for the Dogs to make it a 5-point deficit, 17-12. Northwestern leads, and they have the possession. Barry across the top of the key, gets by Abdur Rahim, throws up a floater towards the rim. Georgia may have gotten a hand on that ball, takes it away quickly. The Dogs push it up the floor. McMillan loses the handle in the lane, rolls back to Abdur Rahim. He picks it up, drives right edge of the lane, nothing there, feeds Eder for the runner.
Yes.
And the scoop layup good with the left hand, Jackson Eder.
He was already under the backboard, kind of flipped that one behind him. Great shot, Jackson.
17-14 now, 3-point lead for the Wildcats. Eder with his first points, his second basket of the ball game. Actually, Bowie connects on a deep three straight away. That's his second three of the game. He's a 36% three-point shooter so far this season. He's got 13 now of 32. 20-14, 6-point lead for Northwestern. Their threes are extending the lead. Abdur Rahim attacks, throws up a floater, didn't get to the basket. Caught underneath by Northwestern. Barron caught it in the air on the short air ball. Lob to Nance under the basket. Catch, layup, good by the big 6'10" Pete Nance. And Georgia calls a timeout after that basket. Nance with his first points of the contest. He's their leading scorer this season, averaging 18.5. He gets his first two with 8:48 to go. Tom Crane calls a time with his team down 22-14. Well, the Eder basket got us to within 3, but then Northwestern scores 5 straight. Push it up to 8-point lead.
They are really shooting well from behind the arc, and we can't seem to steal one from back there. In fact, we're not really close. You look at our shots and you go, well, that wasn't close. But we've taken a number of threes, but we just can't get anything to go from back there, and that's kind of where our game needs to be right now. It needs to be, with hitting three-point shots like Northwestern's hitting.
Georgia's 1 for 9 on threes, just 4 for 18 in the game, all over the floor, 22%. Northwestern started out slow, but they've picked up the pace in their shooting. They're 5 of 12 on threes, 8 of 19 overall at 42%.
I'm trying to recall what we were last night. It was 3 of
21.
From behind the arc?
Yeah.
3 of 21. Whew. So we've made 4 in 2 games now.
22-14 is our score right now. Northwestern with the lead. Georgia with the basketball. Bridges has got it. Right of the lane. Spins into a quadruple team and draws contact and a foul on the Wildcats.
Well, that's one good thing. That's their 6th team foul.
That'll put Braylon Bridges on the free throw line. Bridges only 58% foul shooter. Bridges, 6'11", 240. Transfer of University of Illinois Chicago. He's from McDonough, Georgia. Left-handed free throw shooter. In the air. Good. Ripped it. Bridges now with 3. Again, he had 14 last night, 6 of 11 from the field, and 5 rebounds before filing out against the Cavaliers. Second free throw on the way. Going to roll in there and stay. Good. Bridges hit them both. Dogs 7 of 8 from the foul line here in the first half. 22-16 is our score. Northwestern by 6. Wildcats ball. Bowie got open alone in the corner. Missed the 3, though. Wright was late getting to him, but he still missed it. Christian with a basketball now for Georgia as the Dogs run it out the floor. Has it knocked away going to the basket. Northwestern takes it right to left to Barry for a 3, and he buries one from the left wing. That's 8 now for Ty Barry, the 6'3 sophomore from Newton, Kansas, and the lead grows 25-16. Northwestern with its 6th three-pointer here in the half. 7:50 to go first half. Dogs ball. Bridges on the baseline. Young cuts it off. Back to Eder. Same side of the floor. Head fake. Nowhere to go. Threads the needle. Bounce pass to Christian Wright. Misses the first. Follows it with the second. Pushed it up and in the second time.
It's great effort, Christian. Great effort. Paid off for it.
Yeah, he stayed with it. He was short on the first when it rolled back down to him, and he put it up and in the second attempt. 25-18. Dogs trail. Big Young in the paint, sweeping right-hander, won't go. Rebound, we didn't block out. Casey Simmons, a 6'6", sneaks in there and puts it up and in. 27-18, Wildcats. Wright along the baseline, feeds it into the paint to Bridges. Flatlines a 3-footer, rolls off the edge, no good. Northwestern with a 9-point lead and the basketball.
Whoa.
And that one gets away from Northwestern over the end line. And is it going to be Wildcat basketball? I guess it is.
That's what they're saying, and I saw it a little differently.
Well, we got a timeout. Maybe they'll take a look at it. Not sure. 6:57 to go, first half. 27-18, Northwestern leading Georgia. Breaking the action back in a moment on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Catches it, does spin move, drop step to the baseline. Two-handed jam. Steps back for three. Nailed it from way downtown. Drives the lane. Kaboom! Count it. And gets the foul. Are you kidding me?
Keep the excitement of game day going in a Nissan. With game-changing tech that makes every drive as exciting as a game-winning buzzer beater. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Northwestern leading Georgia with 6:57 to go. It's time to go inside the huddle with Chuck Dowdle, brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, banking on purpose. Chuck, in the huddle, what do you know?
Well, I think let's emphasize the positive, okay? We're out rebounding them, and we only have 3 turnovers here with about 7 minutes to play, give or take a second or two in this first half. So we're doing a good job in those areas. Where we need drastic improvement, and I would suggest quickly, is shooting. We're hitting right now 23.8% from the floor. I'm looking here, we got Jalen Ingram is 0 for 4. Jabri Abdur-Rahim 0 for 3. We got Kario Oquendo 0 for 1. Aaron Cook 1 for 4. Braylon Bridges 1 for 3. We just can't get baskets. And from behind the arc, it's been just a nightmare. 11%.
Northwestern with the basketball. They feed it into Young underneath the basket. He's just camped out in there waiting for the ball, and he scored right under the bucket with an easy lay-in for the big guy. He's got 5. Ryan Young, 6'10", from this state, New Jersey. Dogs attack with Bridges, drops it off in midair down to Ingram, 2 feet away from him, and we turn it over. Not sure why Braylon didn't shoot. 20 that came out of a spin and decided to pass it. 29-18, 11-point lead Northwestern, their largest of the half. Big Young has the ball, feeds it to Barry. Barry back and forth. Now at the foul line, backs it up a little bit, goes to Casey Simmons to his right. Over to Greer. 9 to shoot. Greer straight away. Dribbles with a left hand, right hand. Step back 2 just inside the arc. Misses the 18-footer. Rebound tapped out by the Dogs. Georgia with the possession, but we're down double figures. Cook on the left baseline, up the wing, Oquendo. Give it to Ingram. Crossover into the lane. Bounced it on the floor, lost it in the air on the dribble, and taken away by Northwestern. Ty Berry tried to take it to the rack. He hit the underside of the rim, and it caroms out of bounds into the Georgia bench. I'm not sure if he just mishandled the basketball when he was trying to lay it up and hit the rim. And
we got a defensive hand in there that I don't know if it got the ball, but it certainly distracted him.
29-18, 11-point lead for the Wildcats. 5:47 to go first half. Georgia with another opportunity here. Need to get Aaron Cook going. Cook so far in the game just 1 for 4. Last night just 2 for 12 against Virginia. Oquendo trying to go to Bridges on the left baseline, about 6 feet apart. Threw it out of bounds.
I was just complimenting what a great job we were doing on turnovers. Now we've had them back-to-back.
That's 6 in the ball game for the Dogs. Northwestern's only had 1. Last night, Virginia only had 4. And Georgia finished with, 16 turnovers in the game?
Correct.
Yeah, the deficit was large. Jump shot by Greer from the right wing. Won't go for Northwestern. Rebound again to the Dogs. Ingram going to try to take it inside, attack the basket, draws the contact, misses the running layup, but he'll go to the line. Foul is on Barron, Robbie Barron for Northwestern.
And that does put the Dogs. Now, that's a 2-shot foul, but that puts the Dogs in the bonus now. That was their 7th team foul.
Ingram at the line, the 24-year-old from Madison, Georgia, one of the all-time leading scorers and rebounders in his time at Florida Atlantic University. He rips home that first free throw. He's 3 for 3 in the game. Still without a field goal, without a basket, but perfect at the line. Second attempt here in this possession, and that one's good as well. 4 for 4 for Jalen Ingram, and it's 29-20 Northwestern. 9-point lead for the Wildcats. They have the ball. Greer over the logo into the front court, guarded there tightly and a man-to-man by Aaron Cook. Barry feeds it to his Northwestern teammate Bowie on the left wing. Bowie drives to the top of the circle. Dogs shifting in their zone. Long straightaway 3 by Bowie is good. That's his third of the half. He's got 9, and the lead is 12 now, 32-20.
Well, what a difference the 3 makes in a basketball game. It changes the dynamics, just quickly.
They've got 7. Georgia's got 1. Offensive foul on the Dogs. I think they got Bridges for a moving screen.
A moving screen. He gets 1 or 2 of those a game, and that's something he's going to have to learn to do better.
Well, it looks like he's pretty good at doing it.
Well, setting it without picking up the phone.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, you got to draw me a picture. 32-20. 12-point lead for Northwestern, and they have the basketball. Bowie's got it. One-handed pass to Barry off the curl left side. Another three-pointer. Wow, they're just killing us from beyond the arc today. That's 11 now points for Barry and his third 3. Dogs go inside. Cook's pass batted away before it could get to Bridges. Northwestern off and running. A nice block. Oquendo on the other
ran
end.
the floor, didn't he?
Bowie was taking it inside, but Oquendo denied him with a high up in the air rejection, swatting it out of bounds into the Georgia bench. So Cario saved the bucket at that point. Now we'll see if they can defend it the rest of the 25 seconds on the clock. 34-20, 14-point Northwestern lead. Bowie with the ball behind the screen from Young. Screen and roll. He's wide open under the basket. They don't give him the ball, fortunately. Greer for Northwestern. Over to Barry on the right wing. 10 to shoot. Young's got it. Shot fake. Going to put it on the floor and drive. Left-handed lay-in. Short, but a foul.
Jalen Ingram.
That's 3 on Ingram then. Timeout with 3:43 to go in the first half. Northwestern by 14. It's the Wildcats 34, the Dogs 20. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Cleanwell Cleaning Services is teamed up with UGA Athletics as an official partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Cleanwell Services is the best solution for the Bulldogs and for your business. Office buildings, restaurants, and event cleaning is what Cleanwell does best. Let our pros focus on your cleaning needs, ensuring your business is clean, safe, and comfortable. Cleanwell is proudly owned and operated by UGA alumni. Learn more at cleanwellsafe.com. That's cleanwellsafe.com. Remember, it's not clean unless it's Cleanwell clean.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Every team at this level has great athletes, but the ones that come together and have each other's back win rings. This is Kenny Mullins for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613 here in Georgia. We're a group of over 5,000 highly trained electrical workers who have each other's back every day. We train together, work together, and look out for each other. If you're an electrical worker, come work where people have your back. Join us at IBEW613.org. Go Dogs.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Well, the SEC taught us to show our team pride, and having the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regents lets you say "Go Dogs" every time you pay. Visit regents.com/Go Dogs to order yours today.
All right, I got good news and bad news. I'll start with the bad news.
Yes, sir.
We've got more turnovers than field goals.
Oh, that is bad news.
8 turnovers, 5 field goals. The good news is that foul was on Aaron Cook, and so take that third foul away from Jalen Ingram.
Yeah, that helps. So Ingram's still with 2, and Cook now with his first. Northwestern at the line with Ryan Young. 89% shooter. Free throw number 1, all net, good. Young now with 6, 2 for 2 from the line. The lead is 15, and Young will make it 16. It's both free throws. 36-20. 3:37 to go first half. Cook with the ball, drives around 2 defenders down the right edge of the lane, kicks it into the right corner to Christian Wright. He drops it, picks it up, moves up the right wing to Ingram, top of the key, scoops it over to Cook, 10 to shoot. Step back 2, Aaron Cook fouled as he shoots, off the rim, no good. 2 free throws coming. He got pushed by Ryan Greer, and that's their 8th team foul. So the Dogs are in the bonus, but Cook was shooting on that play, so he's got 2 coming. Aaron Cook, 6'2", 185 from St. Louis, Missouri, transfer from Southern Illinois and then Gonzaga. And the free throw off the front of the rim, no good. That's a part of Aaron's game that I'm sure he could work on to get better. Just 61% from the line. Here's the free throw. Let's roll it in there. Aaron Cook gets his 4th point of the ball game. 36-21. Northwestern with the possession down to our left. Bowie to right, or Young rather. Young working against Braylon Bridges. Baseline spin, layup. Check the whistle. They're going to get Bridges? Yep. Bridges with a foul, says the official. Slap to the head. And Bridges picks up his 3rd. And that'll put Young back on the free throw line, the 6'10" center from Stewartsville, New Jersey. Tyron McMillan will come into the ball game for Bridges in just a moment. Free throw number 1, all net. Barely moved the net for Ryan Young. There's something about when a big man can make free throws that just makes you feel good inside,
Well,
even if it is the other team.
You don't see many of them that shoot it that well.
I like to see the big guys that can stroke it home, man. That's.
Well, I tell you what, we got one, Tyrone McMillan.
Ingram as well, although he's not 6'10", but Ingram can hit free throws as well. Young hits them both. He's 5 for 5 from the line today. 38-21 now. Northwestern with a 17-point first half lead, under 3 minutes to go in the half. Cook with a hard dribble, step back 2 above the foul line. No good, off the rim. Rebound knocked out of bounds by McMillan for Georgia under the basket. It'll be Northwestern basketball. Aaron just can't find his shot. 1 for 5 today, 2 for 12 last night against Virginia. So 3 for 17 here in the Legends Classic for Cook. Northwestern works it around the perimeter. The big guy open underneath. Young with a sweeping reverse lay-in, good with the right hand. Big Young scores under the basket, 40-21. Dogs work under the basket. Eder falls down McMillan's got it in the left corner. Now along the baseline, double team, splits the D with a bounce pass out to right for a three. Won't go. There's Cook for a follow and a two-handed jam.
Well, he timed that beautifully. He caught it just coming off the rim and just slammed it back through there.
Maybe that'll get it going. 40-23. It's only worth 2, but it looked good. 2 minutes to play. First half here in Newark, New Jersey. Bowie with a basketball for Northwestern. To Greer. Bounce feed into the left post. Young's got it. Works against McMillan. They'll try to back it down, and he traveled, says Chuck Jones and Chuck Donald. Y'all both called it at the same time.
Well, it was fairly obvious. It was the big man may shoot free throws. He wasn't good at putting the ball on the floor.
The two Chucks are simpatico.
That's exactly right.
Dogs with the ball down 17. Minute 37 to go first half. Need points every time we touch it just about now. Here's McMillan. Left to the lane, back to the basket. Going to face up now, split a double team. They swat the ball loose, dive on the floor. McMillan's got it. Also Elijah Williams dives to the floor for Northwestern. He gets a hand on it. The tie-up is called, and the Wildcats have the arrow. Possession Northwestern now with 1:26 to play in the first half. Northwestern wants a timeout. Chris Collins, the ninth-year head coach there in Evanston, Illinois, will call the timeout. Georgia down 17. Shooting numbers not pretty for the Dogs. Just 1 for 10 on threes, Chuck, and 25% for the game. 6 of 24. Northwestern at 45%. They've hit 14 of 31 attempts, and 7 of their field goals have been three-pointers.
And that's what really has just killed us. I mean, just the huge difference between those threes that they've made and the lack of threes that we've made. We're sitting here with 1.
They share the ball very well, too. Already 13 assists for Northwestern. And Georgia with 9 turnovers, only 2 for Northwestern. We've had the unfortunate instance of playing 2 teams that take care of the basketball very well. Virginia only turned it over 4 times last night, and in this game today, Northwestern's only committed 2 turnovers.
But we were doing a good job early on protecting the basketball. Then we hit about 3 consecutive possessions where we turned it over.
We need about 10 Scana Energy threes here in the last 80 seconds. But we've only got 1 so far. A runner to the basket by Bowie is off the rim and no good. Rebound to the Dogs. Georgia is out-rebounding Northwestern. Eder for 3, right corner. No good off the rim. Rebound Northwestern on the left baseline. Ryan Greer will bounce it over to Bowie. He'll walk it into the front court with 58 seconds to go in the half. The guys in white up 17 over the guys in black. Bowie, three-pointer, barely drew iron. Rebound down to right for Georgia. Drops it off to Cook. Aaron Cook, top of the key. Overhead pass to Dalen Reginald, who's in now for Georgia. Back to Cook. Dribbles slowly on the logo. 18 on the shot clock. 35 on the game clock here in the first half. McMillan puts it on the floor once. Overhead pass into the paint. Cook. Reverse pivot. Gets it out of there. McMillan over to Reginald. Fakes. Now shoots the 3. Hits the side of the rim. 20 seconds to go. Northwestern has the rebound. Wildcats ball. Bowie slowly walks it over the center circle and the logo into the front court. Cook comes up to guard him.
They're going to play the last shot here.
Bowie with 5 seconds. Bowie still with the ball in his hands. Pushes Aaron Cook down, and offensive foul on Bowie, the 6'2 junior guard.
Well, that was a boo-boo because that was right in front of Chuck Jones and very obvious.
Came out of his spin and shoved off with the forearm, and again, Aaron Cook takes an offensive foul. 3 seconds to go. Georgia with the ball. Eder weaves through traffic. They pick his pocket at half court and then bank in a 3.
They're calling it good. Tom Crean's questioning.
They swiped it from Jackson Eder as he tried to dribble through the double team. Ryan Greer just picked his pocket when he came by, bounced it once and launched it as the clock was running out and banked it in off the square for a 45-foot three-pointer. Now the officials are going to look at it. Before we take a break, we'll stay with you to see if it's a 3, if it counts or not. Heck of a way to end the half if it does. Scoreboard says it's a 20-point lead for Northwestern. They've already registered the basket. And now our officials, Donnie Eppley, Chuck Jones, and Rob Rourke, are looking at the video monitor.
Half court, too.
Yes, it was.
And banked it in.
I mean, he just ripped it out of Jackson's hands.
Yeah,
got both hands on it and launched it.
My initial reaction was he didn't get it off in time because there was just 3 and a fraction left when we inbounded it. And then Jackson took a couple of dribbles before being stripped of it. I don't think he got it off in time, but maybe.
Officials still really intently looking at the video monitor. They haven't started the halftime clock yet, so we're not losing any time at the half here, as we want to wait until they determine one way or the other whether the basket was good or not. They all look
both teams
baffled by what they're seeing on the video screen.
Both teams have left the floor.
They're trying to.
It must be really close. If they're studying it that closely.
Yeah, we don't have the monitor. We can't see it, and they're trying to take a look to see if the ball was out of his hands when the clock hit 0. It is very close, obviously, and they still are looking at the monitor and discussing it amongst themselves.
That ball is in his hand. I just saw a replay here where it's 0-0-0, and it's on the tip of his fingers, but I think that's still in his hand now. I don't know what the officials are going to do, but
all right, I think we've got a decision.
Good.
Oh, this ain't good.
They're going to give it to him. Wow.
All righty then. 43-40, so a half-court shot in the final tenths of the second to end the half for Northwestern. Sends everybody into the locker room at the half. It's a 20-point lead for the Wildcats. Northwestern 43, Georgia 23. Now it's time for the Georgia Power halftime show with Zach Jewell in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. And Zach will take it away right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Becoming America's best-selling brand means you never settle for anything less. Like the Ford F-150. With its premium-grade muscle and finely tuned intelligence, it's a beast with brains. The Ford Bronco Sport. With unquestioned toughness and capability, it's built to take on the mountains. And Ford's complete lineup of all-wheel drive SUVs gives you the power, style, and space you need for life on the go. Contact your local Ford store for exclusive offers on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Sales plan based on calendar year sales.
The SEC taught us that there's nothing like game day in Athens. And if you're all about the black and red, there's nothing like having the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions in your wallet. As the official bank of the SEC, Regions is here to help you pull for your team with everything you've got. To order your card, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
You know what's fun about the holidays? Yep, it's shopping. Well, the Georgia Lottery and Fantasy 5 are about to up the fun with a chance to win a $5,000 shopping spree. Every week in November, 5 winners will win $5,000 to go shopping. Just enter your non-winning Fantasy 5 ticket at fantasy5giveaway.com. And who knows, you could win $5,000 to buy whatever you want. It all happens in November. So play Fantasy 5 from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Georgia Power Halftime Report. The Georgia Power Halftime Report is brought to you by Georgia Power, proud to power the Georgia Bulldogs. Live from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, here's your host, Zach Jewell.
Halftime from the Prudential Center, where the Dogs trail 43-23 through 20 minutes. Today's halftime report is presented by Georgia Power. Whether you're on the way to the stadium or heading home from a win, charge up with Georgia Power. Plug in at one of our convenient EV charging stations today. Zach Jewell here with you to get you caught up on scores around the nation, starting with the SEC. One game already a final from the Maui Gym. Maui Invitational being played in Las Vegas this year. Texas A&M defeats Butler 57-50. Two games coming up later. One at 7 o'clock. South Carolina takes on Wofford, and then at 9:30, 13th-ranked Cincinnati takes 13th-ranked Arkansas takes on Cincinnati. That game, a Hall of Fame Classics game presented by Hotels.com. That game, again, tip-off at 9:30. While we got a minute, let's check in on the ACC. A few games of note here. North Carolina plays UNC Asheville at 7 o'clock. And then immediately following our game in the Champions game of the Roman Legends Classic, Providence takes on West Virginia at 7:30. Back to the matter at hand. Dogs down 43-23 halfway through this one. Stick around. We've got top 25 scores straight ahead next on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas. White Plains, New York.
The smell of the grass, the sun on your face, the roar of Dog Nation in Sanford Stadium. That's what Georgia Game Day is about. And if we keep taking care and staying safe, we'll get back there. I'm Michael Burnett, CEO of Piedmont Athens Regional. We're grateful for our community support, and we're committed to helping end the pandemic. Let's get everyone back to classic game days in Athens. Protect each other and get vaccinated as soon as you're able to. Help Piedmont keep carrying on. And go Dogs.
For up to the second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There's just so much that's new with the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway restaurants that I can't possibly fit it all into just one radio spot. But I'm going to try. There are great new subs like the All-American Club, Turkey Cali Fresh, and the new Steak and Cheese. There are amazing new toppings like hickory smoked bacon, smashed avocado, and new mozzarella. There's new bread like the Hearty Multigrain and Artisan Italia bread, and new sauces like the MVP Parmesan Vinaigrette. And that's really all I have time for. You gotta refresh to be fresh. Only at Subway. Freshly prepared in front of you.
Kroger knows this year the holidays are doubly important, so make your celebrations doubly special with fresh, never frozen prime-grade beef and Simple Truth organic Brussels sprouts. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Double special this void where prohibited. Certain restrictions. Wait, stop, illegal. We've got even more special holiday food, like delicious king crab legs, private selection gourmet potatoes, or cave-aged Murray's cheese, and fresh-baked La Brea bread. Kroger, fresh for everyone. All right, legal. You're up. Double special this void where prohibited. Certain restrictions may apply. Shop at participating stores for more details.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield and JMI Sports under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Dogs down 43-23 at the break. Zach Jewell here with you from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Before we get you caught up on top 25 action around the country, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Georgia again trailing Northwestern 43-23 through 20 minutes. Three other games going on in top 25 action today. One is at the half as well. Number 12, Houston trails Wisconsin 40-20. That game being played in Las Vegas as part of the Maui Gym Invitational. And coming up at 7, number 14, Illinois takes on Kansas State. That is a Hall of Fame Classics game from Kansas City at the T-Mobile Center. And late tonight, number 1 versus number 2, top-ranked Gonzaga takes on second-ranked UCLA at 10 o'clock for the Good Sam Empire Classic. Two games coming up before Saturday in the college football slate for the SEC game. Those games usually played on all day Saturday, but with Thanksgiving week, we got Thursday night the Egg Bowl between 12th-ranked Ole Miss and number 25 Mississippi State. And then on Friday, the 21st-ranked Arkansas Razorbacks will take on Missouri at War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. Then we got a full day on Saturday with tons of rivalry games, including our own at noon from the Flats at Bobby Dodd. Full day of coverage starts at 8 a.m. From Atlanta for Georgia and Georgia Tech. We're back to Scott and Chuck courtside at the Prudential Center next here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Healing and protecting your heart isn't a one-person job. It takes a team. At Northside Hospital Heart Institute, we've brought together 75 leading physicians with the expertise to treat any cardiovascular condition. Whether you need a checkup, to get your blood pressure under control, or face a serious heart surgery, we're here to give you the utmost confidence in your care. Now at over 50 locations across Georgia. Northside Hospital Heart Institute. Excellence at heart.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Take advantage of our holiday credit today. Visit BMWATL.com for details. Go Dogs!
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Welcome back to the Prudential Center here in Newark, New Jersey. The Legends Classic, where Georgia trails here in the consolation game 43-23 to Northwestern. Let's take a look at our first half numbers brought to you by Northside Hospital. Northside Hospital has brought its legacy of quality health care to Gwinnett County. Today, Northside is expanding resources and facilities in Brazelton, Duluth, Lawrenceville, and in other communities near you. Northside is proud to serve Gwinnett and to serve your families. To learn more, visit northside.com. Georgia shot 23% in the first half, 6 of 26 from the field, just 1 of 12 on three-point attempts. Georgia hit 10 of 12 from the foul line, 83%. And the Dogs out-rebounded Northwestern by 3, 21-18. Northwestern shot 44% in the half, 15 of 34. They had 8 threes in the first half as well, 8 of 17 for 47%, and they were perfect from the foul line, 5 for 5. Ryan Young had all 5 of their free throws in that first half. Turnovers, 10 for Georgia, only 3 for Northwestern. Points off turnovers, 10 for Northwestern, 0 points off the 3 Northwestern turnovers for the Bulldogs. Individually, leading scorers in the game, Aaron Cook for the Dogs. He has 6 points on 2 for 6 shooting. He has a 3 and a free throw. He has 3 rebounds and a couple of assists and 2 turnovers as well. Also, Bridges with 4, Eder with 4, and Ingram with 4. All of Jalen's points coming from the foul line, however. He is 0 for 4 from the field. He does have 5 rebounds. Leading scorers for Northwestern are Ryan Young, their 6'10 center, with 11 points, and Ty Berry, a 6'3 guard, with 10 points. Second half coming up between Georgia and Northwestern. The Dogs down by 20 at intermission on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Becoming America's best-selling brand means you never settle for anything less. Like the Ford F-150. With its premium-grade muscle and finely tuned intelligence, it's a beast with brains. The Ford Bronco Mexico sport. With unquestioned toughness and capability, it's built to take on the mountains. And Ford's complete lineup of all-wheel drive SUVs gives you the power, style, and space you need for life on the go. Contact your local Ford store for exclusive offers on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Sales plan based on calendar year sales.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There's just so much that's new with the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway restaurants that I can't possibly fit it all into just one radio spot. But I'm going to try. There are great new subs like the All-American Club, Turkey Cali Fresh, and the new Steak and Cheese. There are amazing new toppings like hickory smoked bacon, smashed avocado, and new mozzarella. There's new bread like the hearty multigrain and artisan Italia bread, and new sauces like the MVP Parmesan vinaigrette. And that's really all I have time for. You got to refresh to be fresh. Only at Subway. Freshly prepared in front of you.
The SEC taught us that anything is possible, that just when you think you've seen it all, you won't believe what happens next, that comebacks are not the makings of miracles, but are born out of preparation, perspiration, and perseverance. As the official bank of the SEC, at Regions, we take these lessons to heart and strive to bring our best every single day. What has the SEC taught you? Join the conversation with hashtag SEC Lessons. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
20 minutes to go on our trip to New Jersey in the Legends Classic. The Dogs with a lot of work to do. We're down 20 to Northwestern, 43-23 as the second half is about to get underway. The good news is for Georgia, we go home for the next 8 games. Wofford on Sunday, and then 7 more home games after that through the first of the year, actually. We play all of December at home and then the first conference game against Texas A&M in early January at Stegman Coliseum. So the next game for the Dogs in Athens Sunday at 4 o'clock against the Terriers of Wofford University back home in Stegman Coliseum.
Newark has not been a good place for our shooting. We have not been good now for 3 halves.
Yeah, the first half tonight certainly was not indicative of what this team expects. Only 23% Dogs with the ball to start the second half. And we'll work from our vantage point down on the left end of the floor. Cook on the far side of the floor, guarded by Bowie, sent it into Oquendo, fouled from behind by Casey Simmons, the 6'6 freshman. Got a block in the back from Simmons, says the official. And that's his second, team's first of the half, just underway here in the final 20 minutes. Bridges inbounds over the inline to Cook for Georgia. Aaron picks up the dribble, pivots, finds Ingram to his right, back to Cook. Fakes the pass into the left corner, back to Jalen Ingram. Splits the double team on a bounce pass down the lane to Bridges, turns and shoots with a left hand. Rattles out, no good. Rebound Nance. 6'10 senior forward for Northwestern. Dogs fail to score on their first possession of the second half. Now Northwestern's turn. Here's Simmons with the ball, guarded tightly on the edge by Aaron Cook. And now a pushing foul on Oquendo as Bowie falls down right in front of us on the other side of the scorer's table. And the foul on Cario, his first.
Well, the Dogs are making an obviously concerted effort to tighten up the defense, and you saw them getting right in their faces, and Cario realized immediately he had just, overextended himself and pushed him to the floor.
Northwestern with the ball. Big Nance takes a feed from the wing. Simmons turns and 2 steps to the basket, dunks it high with one hand. It's only his second field goal of the ball game. Dogs fail on the other end and throw it away out of bounds over the end line. I think that was off Ingram's hands. And Northwestern has it right back, leading 45-23. Bowie with a left-hand dribble across the top of the key. Big Nance sets a screen out front. Now Ty Berry flashes out the guard, feed it into Nance underneath, and they go right to him. 2 black shirts around him, but Nance still scores right under the bucket. He's got 6. He averages 18.5 a game. He only had 2 in the first half, but they've gone to him 2 straight times here in the second half. Ball knocked away from Georgia on the near sideline in front court.
Well, we had Braylon out front trying to dribble the ball across, and 6'11 guys handling the ball out front, usually not a good recipe for success.
Oquendo with a chest pass inbounds to Cook, and we'll get it started. 15 on the shot clock. Most of the second half still to play. 18-20 on the clock. Feed it into Bridges. He backs down Nance.
Much better. That's where you
lay in with the left hand. That was the spot. 6 points for Bridges now, and it's 47-25. Northwestern by 22, and they go over and back. They lost the handle on the ball. Bowie and Simmons went chasing after it, and Simmons ended up going into the backcourt to retrieve the ball, but it's over and back, and
you
they
know
turned
what?
it over.
They made a mistake. We had tipped it, and it would have been fine to go back and pick it up. Their other player on the other side thought that he didn't touch it, and he was trying to grab it, and he touched it.
Georgia with the ball right now. Ingram, wide open 3. Good. Jalen Ingram with a Scana Energy 3 here early in the half. That's his first field goal of the game, and only Georgia's second 3-pointer. It's 47-28. Bowie gets by our defense. Ingram lets him go by, and an easy layup for Bowie, who flexes on the other end of the floor. Not sure that was necessary. 49-28. Northwestern with the lead. Whistle blows. Ball out of bounds. And Chuck Jones with the ball, holding it, waiting for Georgia to come over and throw it in. He got a big old smile on his face. Chuck was enjoying some kind of moment down there. Dogs with the ball. Bridges on the left block. Baseline spin, jump hook over Nance. Good. Bridges now with 8. He scored them back-to-back possessions.
I love Braylon down there about 3 to 4 feet from the basket as opposed to dribbling the ball out front.
49-30. Long 3 by Bowie. Back iron, no good. Didn't see him flex on that one. Foul on the play, however.
On Braylon.
On the rebound. They got Bridges for the foul. That's 4 on Braylon Bridges. Just when he was starting to heat up a little bit. Now he has to come out of the ball game. Jackson Etter will come in. 17-13 on the game clock. Second half. 19-point Northwestern lead. First meeting ever between these two schools. Bowie has it knocked away by Ingram. Ball is still loose. Kicked into the corner. And Chuck Jones said he blew an inadvertent whistle. Northwestern will get to keep the ball. They kicked it, and he blew the whistle. The play was still active, but Northwestern keeps possession. 10 on the shot clock now for the Wildcats. Nance has it above the arc straight away, guarded by Cook.
Mismatch.
Lowers the shoulder, drives, spins, kick out. Berry for 3. No good. Off the rim. Rebound, Jalen Ingram for the Dogs on the left baseline.
Boy, Jalen can rebound. He's a very respectable rebounder.
Tried to dribble through traffic and lost the handle that time. Jackson Etter goes for the loose ball, diving on the floor to save it to Cook. Cook now spins inside. Simmons to tie him up. And Northwestern's going to have the possession. Jump ball was called, and Casey Simmons got hands on the ball tied up with Aaron Cook, and the Wildcats get it. That'll be a Georgia turnover. 49-30. Northwestern by 19. Turnover number 11 for the Dogs. Wildcats into front court. They work on the right end of the floor from our vantage point here. Barron over to Bowie. Catch and shoot 3. Good. Bowie with 14 points, his 4th 3 of the game. 52-30. Northwestern laying it on. Ingram tries to match with a 3. Off the rim, climbs over the backboard and out of bounds. 16-11 remaining here in New Jersey. The championship game to follow here, but we won't stick around for that one. It'll be Virginia and Providence in the nightcap. Wildcats basketball. Bowie across the top of the key, picked up defensively by Etter. Reverses it to Nance, who flips it on the wing to Simmons. Now to Barron. He works against Ingram. Left baseline. Slides to the basket. Lay-in won't go. Defended by the Dogs well. Oquendo had the ball on the run out after the rebound, then just lost it. Picked up by Northwestern. Hooks a pass over to Nance on the left block, and he banks in the short little jumper. That's 8 now for Nance. 54-30. Dogs just made an unforced error, just turned it over on the dribble. Oquendo for 3 on the other end. That makes up for the turnover a little bit as he bangs home a Scana Energy 3 from the left corner. His first points of the ball game. 54-33 is our score.
Boy.
Northwestern by 21.
Nance is very active with those arms.
Wright's grabbing his shirt. He's untucked his jersey. Wright was grabbing onto him, trying to fight through screens. Jumper by Northwestern from the left wing is no good. Rebound to the Dogs. Cook's got the ball in his hands, front court left, on the left wing. Works against Ty Berry. Oquendo breaks open on the right wing, gives him a pass, back to Cook between the circles. Cook dribbles with the left hand, finds Eder on the baseline, across the lane to Oquendo. That's going to be a goaltend on Northwestern. Oquendo's layup will good.
And that was good teamwork there, and making that extra pass. Oquendo quickly over to Jackson Eder.
Dogs get the bucket on the goaltend by Northwestern. Timeout with 14:39 remaining. Wildcats 54, Bulldogs 35. Now this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Becoming America's best-selling brand means you never settle for anything less. Like the Ford F-150. With its premium-grade muscle and finely tuned intelligence, it's a beast with brains. The Ford Bronco Sport. With unquestioned toughness and capability, it's built to take on the mountains. And Ford's complete lineup of all-wheel drive SUVs gives you the power, style, and space you need for life on the go. Contact your local Ford store for exclusive offers on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Sales plan based on calendar year sales.
Bulldogs fans, ready for a game changer to lower your monthly bill? Team up with Energy Star LED light bulbs, which use up to 90% less energy than traditional bulbs. Georgia Power's lighting program makes the switch to LEDs affordable by offering a huge score. Instant rebates on select bulbs at participating retailers and online at the Georgia Power Marketplace. Find a participating retailer near you at georgiapower.com/lighting and use the Find a Store tool, or look for our signs in the lighting aisle. LEDs could be your home team's winning touchdown. Make the switch today.
There's nothing like cheering on the Dogs with 92,746 friends. And if we keep staying safe, we'll get back there soon. I'm Michael Burnett, CEO of Piedmont Athens Regional. We're proud to serve our community through the pandemic, and we're grateful for your help. The past year has been tough, but there's hope around the corner. Classic Georgia game days can be in our future. Protect each other and get vaccinated as soon as you're able to. Help Piedmont keep carrying on, and go Dogs.
No one gets you closer to SEC sports than Sirius XM. All your favorite shows are on SEC radio, and you can follow your team off-season through postseason. Your team is covered anywhere you go. Now try them out for free. Get a free trial to take your team with you on your phone, online, and at home. Start listening at SiriusXM.com/SECSXM. 54-35 is our score here in Newark, New Jersey. Prudential Center, Legends Classic consolation game. 14:39 remaining. The Dogs are down by 19 points, along with Chuck Dowdle. Scott Howard with you here. Adam Gillespie is our producer-engineer. Zach Jewell in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Glad to have you along for Georgia basketball. Wish the news was a little bit better so far, but still a lot of time to play. Northwestern to inbound the basketball. Bring it up the length of the floor. Robbie Barron, a 6'9 junior forward from Richmond, will feed it into Greer, a 6'2 senior guard from Atlanta. Cook picks him up in the backcourt. And Cook with a steal, 1-on-2. Aaron Cook to the basket. Sweeping lay-in, gets it to go, bounces off the rim and falls in. Terrific play, Aaron Cook, all by himself in the backcourt against two Northwestern players. He stole the ball and then scored. 8 points in the game now for Cook, 54-37. Northwestern with the lead. That might be the play of the game so far for Georgia. Northwestern Trying to feed it into Barron. He's guarded by Eder on the block. Puts the shoulder into the chest, bumps him down twice. And then they whistle a foul on Jackson Eder. Jackson trying to hold his ground, giving up a lot of size to Barron.
Well, I tell you what, he rattled his teeth, too.
First foul on Jackson, third team foul on the Dogs. Northwestern will inbound. Less than 14 minutes to play. Wildcats with a basketball. Greer with a crossover. Works against Cook. Cook strips him under the basket. Taken away by Georgia. Oquendo flies down the floor. Whoa. Nasty one-handed jam in the air and a foul. Oh, my goodness. He took off about 10 feet away from the basket, flew through the air, and jammed it home.
Northwestern's got some nice players. They don't have anybody that can do that.
Wow.
Look at this.
Look at what?
The replay.
I don't have a monitor.
Oh, it's actually on the big screen.
Oh, in front of us. Okay. Overhead. My goodness. You get a few of those plays every now and then from Cario, and they are fun to watch.
Not telling you. Young man's got some athletic ability.
He may have cut his hand, too, on that dunk. He's going to have to see the trainer on the end of the bench. Or his face. His nose is bleeding, or his mouth.
Maybe hit his nose on that rim.
His head was above the rim.
He was way up there.
54-39 the score after all that. We're waiting on a free throw from Cario as soon as he gets tended to by Georgia's medical staff. Georgia basketball is driven by your Atlanta area BMW centers, providing legendary performance, exceptional offers, and a premium ownership experience. At BMW, they only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. So visit BMWATL.com today, proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Oquendo back in the game at the line, shoots the free throw, misses it deep on the rim. No good. Didn't get the three-point play, but he got the highlight dunk. 54-39. Northwestern still with the lead. Straightaway three by Bowie. That won't go. Two-handed rebound, Dogs. Oquendo speeds up the far sideline again. This time they pick his pocket. Bowie with the steal. Lobs it up ahead to Julian Roper. And Roper is fouled going to the basket. Or is it just a strip? I think Ingram just knocked it out of bounds. No, he did get the foul.
Yeah, Jalen Ingram got him.
That's 3 on Ingram. 54-39 Northwestern. Not a shooting situation for the Wildcats. They'll inbound. Front court on the right baseline. Throw it into the lane. High into the lane to Nance. Hooks it down low to Young. Big guy to big guy. Young with a lay-in right under the bucket. First points of the half for Ryan Young, the 6'10", 240-pound redshirt junior. He's had a big night. He's got 13 in the contest. 56-39 Northwestern. Georgia basketball. Cook hesitates, left-hand dribble, crossover to the basket, jump stop, double team
help
there.
Him. Somebody help
Kills
him.
the dribble, bounces it into the paint. Ingram just beats the defender to it and scores on a spin move inside, and he got fouled. He'll go to the line. Count the basket for Jalen Ingram, and the foul on Ryan Young. Ingram now with 9, looking to get into double figures with 10. Had a double-double last night in the loss to Virginia, his first as a Bulldog, but he also had 6 turnovers in the contest. He had 10 points and 12 rebounds. Free throw by the right-hander, good.
All right, got it down to 14. I tell you what, digging out of a hole is not easy. And particularly, we had dug ourselves a pretty big one.
56-42 with 12:48 to go. Dogs continue to work. As Chuck said, now a 14-point deficit. It was 20 at the half. Bowie for 3, left side, off the rim, no good. Roper, the rebound, the putback from the left side of the iron is good. Failed to get a body on Julian Roper, the 6'3 freshman from Detroit. He got in there, got the rebound, and got the basket. Ingram works for the Dogs in front court. Feeds Oquendo for a 3. Line drive off the rim, no good. Rebound Northwestern. Roper down the middle of the floor, now slows it down in front court. 58-42. Northwestern out front. Go to Big Young. And Young spins on the right block into the paint and lays it up and in. The ball rolls around the rim and falls through for it. 15 for the big guy. We haven't been able to guard him tonight. Christian Wright going to drive through defenders, and they foul on the left end of the floor. The foul whistled on Bowie, their 6'2 junior guard. And that'll get us into a timeout with 11:56 remaining in the game. Northwestern 60, Georgia 42. Back to Newark after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Healing and protecting your heart isn't a one-person job. It takes a team. At Northside Hospital Heart Institute, we've brought together 75 leading physicians with the expertise to treat any cardiovascular condition. Whether you need a checkup, to get your blood pressure under control, or face a serious heart surgery, we're here to give you the utmost confidence in your care. Now at over 50 locations across Georgia. Northside Hospital Heart Institute. Excellence at heart.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There's just so much that's new with the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway restaurants that I can't possibly fit it all into just one radio spot. But I'm going to try. There are great new subs like the All-American Club, Turkey Cali Fresh, and the new Steak and Cheese. There are amazing new toppings like hickory smoked bacon, smashed avocado, and new mozzarella. There's new bread like the Hearty Multigrain and Artisan Italia bread, and new sauces like the MVP Parmesan Vinaigrette. And that's really all I have time for. You gotta refresh to be fresh. Only at Subway. Freshly prepared in front of you.
When you drive around Athens, can you point out some of the most iconic buildings on campus and say, I helped bring that to life? This is Kenny Mullins for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. And we can, like the lights in Sanford Stadium, IBEW electrical workers light up the things that make Athens a great game day experience. If you want to build a career that makes a difference and leaves a legacy, become an IBEW electrician. Visit IBEW613.org. Go Dogs.
Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, you need to head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub, the best place to grab 100% verified tickets. And StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there. 60-42, Northwestern leads Georgia by 18. We've got 11:56 remaining here in the Prudential Center in beautiful downtown Newark, New Jersey on a cold night. Here in the Northeast.
It's been windy. It's been chilly and windy. Temperatures in the low 40s and high winds.
Well, it is almost Thanksgiving, right? So
it is.
Time for that kind of weather, I reckon. And they've got the big parade just across the river in a couple of days. After not having it. I don't think they had it last year, did they? Christian Wright misses the free throw for Georgia. Got fouled by Bowie on the play prior to the timeout. Christian's second free throw is up and in. Good. It's 1 out of 2. He's got 3 points. The freshman from Alpharetta. 60-43. We trail by 17. Northwestern with the basketball. Bowie out near half court, guarded tightly by Cook, really pestering him defensively. They feed it inside to Young, off the hands, and out of bounds, turn it over. Young thought he got fouled, I guess. He was
I'll
arguing
tell
a
you
little bit.
exactly what happened. His Nance threw it so hard and at a short distance.
It's like hands of stone there, bouncing it out of bounds. Georgia with the ball. We're working in the front court down to our left. Ingram drops it off to Cook. Nope, he's going to keep it. Drive down to the baseline. Find right inside on a bounce feed into the lane. And a foul on Northwestern. Christian Wright will go back to the line. 2 shots coming after the foul on Roper. That's his third. And that's the team's 5th. And Wright with 2 shots here. He was in the act. Free throw by the right-handed freshman is good. All net.
Tell you what, that's a young man that Georgia fans are going to enjoy watching for years to come. True freshman. A lot of composure. Been getting a lot of minutes.
Made both of those free throws. Last night he had 4 points. He only took 1 shot. He made his field goal against Virginia. Had 4 rebounds and 2 assists, though, in limited minutes. 60-45. Northwestern by 15. 11:15 to go. Now less than that. As we work here deep into the second half. Roper with the ball off the right wing into the lane. Dogs knocked the ball out of his hands, but a foul first. And the foul on Ingram. That's 4 on Jalen. Dogs with Ingram, Abdur-Rahim, Eder, Cook, and Wright are 5 on the floor. And Northwestern will go to the foul line with Julian Roper, 6'3" freshman from Detroit. 50% free throw shooter so far this year, 5 of 10. Right-hander knocks it down, good. First free throw attempt of the evening. And Roper now with 3 points in the game. And that's right about his average. Ingram comes out, and Tyron McMillan comes in for Georgia. And he and Abdur-Rahim will flip-flop spots on the foul lane there. Second free throw in the air and rattles it home good. Roper hit them both. 62-45. Northwestern has led for all but 28 seconds of this ballgame. Dogs with the possession on the offensive end down to our left. Cook through the lane. Sweeping layup around the big guy Nance. Good. Yeah. He underhanded it up and in.
Went up under his arm there and laid it in.
Cook with double figures now. He's got 10. It's 10:40 to go, and our score 62-47. Northwestern with a basketball.
Stepped out of bounds.
Yeah,
Georgia's
Young
ball.
under the basket. Got the baseline with the ball in his hands. A turnover for Northwestern, and Eder will inbound for the Dogs. Georgia all in black tonight. Northwestern in white. And Cook will slowly walk it into the front court with a right-hand dribble over the logo. Looks to his left to Coach Tom Crean. And now they get the play started. 10:20 to go in the game. Cook in the corner. Attacks across into the lane. Jump pass into the corner. Right, wide open three. Good, buried it.
Got it to 12.
Scana Energy 3, Christian Wright. That's his first three-pointer of the ball game. He's got 7 points tonight.
Tom Crean called that play as they were coming up the floor, and it worked beautifully.
Lead down to a dozen now for Northwestern, 62-50. Bowie misses a deep three. Does Georgia have one more run in it here before the clock hits 0? Cook for three. No good. Second bounce won't go. Abdur-Rahim put back good. Rebound Abdur-Rahim, and he hooked it up and in from about 4 feet away, and a timeout.
And what has seemed like ages, we've gotten it back to 10.
Look at that. We've trimmed 10 off the halftime deficit. It was 20 at intermission. Now it's 62-52. Georgia calls time. No Northwestern call time, but we will take it along with them with 9:41 to go in the game. 62-52 Northwestern on top of the Dogs. Back in a moment, Bulldog Sports Network.
Every basketball fan knows that playing at home is an advantage. But when you're ready for a home, the competition can be fierce. A verified approval letter from Rocket Mortgage can help. It tells sellers that your offer is good, helping your bid compete with cash buyers and giving you an edge in the home buying market. So when your finances need a home court advantage, Rocket can. Get started at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket Mortgage, proud supporter of college athletics.
A verified approval is based on an underwriter's analysis of your individual financial information appraisal and title report. Call for cost information and conditions equal housing lender license in all 50 states and MSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Catches it, the spin move, drop step to the baseline. Slam and jam. Steps back for three. Nailed it from way downtown. Drives the lane. Kaboom! Count it. And gets the foul. Are you kidding me?
Keep the excitement of game day going in a Nissan. With game-changing tech that makes every drive as exciting as a game-winning buzzer beater. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Scana Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics. For every three-pointer scored by the Bulldogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. tonight. So we're looking at 4 of 18 on three-point shots for the Dogs. Not great, but better as the game has gone along, as Georgia's got one from Christian Wright just moments ago to draw to within 10, 62-52.
Yeah, well, we had one at intermission, I think, right? Didn't we have one three-pointer at the half?
In the first half, yes,
yeah,
that's correct.
So,
and they hit one at the half at intermission.
Yeah, they did. Boy,
a steal and a buzzer beater to end the first half.
You know what? You took that off the board right now. And let me tell you, that was an eyelash because that ball was right on the tips of his fingers as it hit 000. Or I should say, I guess in their estimation, just off the tips of his fingers.
10-point lead for Northwestern. Their largest lead tonight has been 24. And it came in this half. So Georgia doing some good work to get that thing trimmed down. Got to keep it going, or at least see if they can with 9:33 remaining. Northwestern basketball. Bowie dribbles against 2 defenders, Cook and Eder. Go inside, ball batted, stolen, tipped by McMillan, taken out of the air by Cook. Dogs with a takeaway. Cook down the middle of the floor. Kick out Abdur-Rahim for 3. No good, too deep. Rebound goes to Northwestern. Robbie Barron, 6'9", junior forward, pulled it down. Had a good look. Boy, get that down to 7, then you got a brand new ball game. Northwestern inside, spin move, taken away. Georgia with another steal, right over to Cook. Cook into the front court, double teamed on the left block. They reach in to tie him up, sling him to the ground. Tie up is called, and Georgia has the possession arrow. So we get to keep the basketball. Cook gets up off the floor after being slung to the court. Dogs will inbound, 25 seconds on the shot clock, 8:58 remaining. 62-52. Basket here gets it into single digits as far as the deficit is concerned. McMillan
we haven't
sets
been
a
there
screen.
since Fluff was a kid.
It's been a while. Big Mac down the right edge of the lane. Bank shot won't go. Tip in from the other side won't go. Foul on the play. Jabri Abdur-Rahim knocked to the floor by Robbie Barron, and that's going to put Jabri on the free throw line. That's 4 on Barron.
That's their team 6th.
Yep, 2 shots here. The officials conferred to see if Jabri was in the act of trying to push that ball back up and in, and they determined that he was. So 2 free throws for Abdur-Rahim, 8 of 10 from the line this season. And now 8 of 11. First free throw, no good. He's got one more. Try to get it to a 9-point deficit. Still a lot of time remaining. That'd be a 3-possession game with 8:47 to go. Free throw in the air. That one rattled out. Missed them both.
Wow.
Northwestern basketball still leading by 10, 62-52. Dogs miss an opportunity there. Big Williams across the top of the key to Simmons. Now Bowie attacks inside the foul lane. And lost the handle on the ball. McMillan with a takeaway to Cook. Right to left. Eder feeds right under the basket over to Abdur-Rahim for a 3. Again, too long on it from the right corner. Rebound to Northwestern. Jabri now just 1 for 6 in the ball game. 62-52. Dogs have had a couple of steals but can't create offense after the fact. Barry with a fadeaway 3. That's no good. Rebound Simmons. And then a reach-in foul trying to tie him up on Abdur-Rahim, I think will be the call. Foul's going to go against the Dogs. And we got a timeout with 8 minutes to go. 62-52. Dogs failed to chew into that deficit anymore during that last exchange. Had a couple opportunities, just couldn't get there. Still a 10-point lead for Northwestern as we take this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Kroger knows this year the holidays are doubly important, so make your celebrations doubly special with fresh, never frozen prime grade beef and Simple Truth organic Brussels sprouts. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Double specialness, void where prohibited. Certain restrictions. Wait, stop illegal. We've got even more special holiday food. It's like delicious king crab legs, private selection gourmet potatoes, or cave-aged Murray's cheese, and fresh baked La Brea bread. Kroger, fresh for everyone. All right, legal. You're up. Double specialness, void where prohibited. Certain restrictions may apply. Shop at participating stores for more details.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Take advantage of our holiday credit today. Visit BMWATL.com for details. Go Dogs!
This is Matt Siraj, 4th generation owner of Community Coffee. My great-grandfather named it Community, just out of appreciation and respect for his friends and neighbors. And for 100 years, our family has been about 2 things: great tasting coffee and great people. And as America's #1 family-owned retail coffee brand, we believe it's our responsibility to continue to give them the best tasting coffee experience possible. And it's why we're excited for you to discover your new favorite blend. Look for Community Coffee at a store near you.
The SEC taught us to show our team pride. Having the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions lets you say "Go Dogs" every time you pay. Visit Regions.com/Go Dogs to order yours today. It's a 10-point game right now, 62-52. Northwestern had a 24-point lead in this half, led by 20 at intermission, jacked it up 4 more early in the second half, but the Dogs have whittled it down to 10, currently on a 7-0 run. We've left some points on the floor here in the last couple of possessions, Chuck.
Yeah, we've left about 5 on the floor. I mean, we could have this thing right now with the job we've done defensively down here. We could have this down to a 5 or 6 point game.
Northwestern will have the ball. They'll inbound. 8 minutes to play. 20 on the shot clock as they throw it in with Boo Buie. Throws it in, a high lob to Nance. Oh, he just knocks down Eder. There's an offensive foul, the shoulder right into the chest of Jackson. And Eder doing what he does best, and that's draw a charge.
You know what? He went totally in the air. Did you see that? He threw himself backwards totally. There was no way not to call that.
Pete Nance, the 6'10 senior, 225 with the foul, his third. Aaron Cook, long jump shot, toes on the line, missed the 2 anyway. Rebound, Northwestern. They run out. Cook stole the ball for a second, had it in his hands, and then Northwestern ripped it away. And then the ball trickles over the inline, out of bounds, touched out last by the Dogs. Cook was saying went off their leg, but to no avail. It's going to be Wildcats ball. 7:40 to go. A inbound in front court to Young, hand it to Buie. Buie spins in the paint, spin move, and the lay-in is good. 16 points for Buie. That makes it 12 again, the lead. 64-52. Dogs have missed long jumpers on their last 2 possessions, and then we missed 2 free throws at the line as well. Cook, penetrate, kick out. Abdur-Rahim misses another 3 from the left corner. Rebound goes to Northwestern. Elijah Williams pulled it down. Transfer from Fairleigh Dickinson, 6'7". Northwestern with the ball. They're up a dozen. Williams, top of the key, fakes the 3, doesn't take it, maintains the dribble, works against Jackson Eder. Trying to back Eder into the lane. Spin move, dips under, jump pass out on the wing. Feed it into the corner. Here comes a 3. That's no good by Simmons. Battle for the loose ball. We saved the rebound. Rolled it back to McMillan. Eder diving on the floor. He may have been the guy that saved it. I couldn't see in that right corner. But McMillan ended up with a basketball for the Dogs. Georgia with the possession, 6:33 remaining. Wright in a double team on the left baseline. Throws it back out front to Abdur-Rahim. And he tries to dribble through traffic, called for an offensive foul, then he lost possession of the ball anyway. So everything went wrong on that play for Jabri Abdur-Rahim as we turned it over with the offensive foul. That's his second. Northwestern basketball. Oquendo comes back in. Jackson Eder goes out. Jalen Ingram going to come in as well with his 4 fouls. And Abdur-Rahim is going to check out. 64-52, Northwestern. We cut 24 down to 10. And now the lead is at a dozen for the Wildcats. 6:20 to go. Uh-oh. Cook has injured himself at midcourt. He's on the floor.
He got pushed down.
Three ball is an air ball from the right corner by Barry. Play continues. Northwestern with the rebound, tries to go back up with it, and touched out of bounds by Georgia. It's going to be Northwestern ball. Cook is still on the floor at midcourt for Georgia. They were playing 4-on-5. And the trainer
pointing to his calf.
Not coming out yet. Cook's saying he's going to be okay. If the trainer comes out, he has to leave the game. And Tom Crean says, hold up just a minute. We need Cook on the floor as long as he's able to go. He gets helped up by Wright, and Braylon Bridges is going to try to walk it off. Hobbling a little bit in the backcourt, going to walk it around. And we'll continue play. 6:10 remaining. Northwestern possession. They've got 15 on the shot clock. I didn't see what happened to Cook. Did you see? Did they bump legs? Or
yeah, they did. They collided
something?
legs. I thought it was his knee, but he was on the floor pointing to his calf.
Now Tom Crean's going to take him out anyway. We get Jackson Etter in, and Cook goes to the bench. Northwestern with the ball. Boo Bowie, runner in the lane, right-handed jumper, good. Just a little floater with a right hand. He's got 18 points, and it's 64-54. Should be 66-52, actually.
Yeah, I think that's right. They gave us two of theirs.
Yeah, they do. We can use the two, but they put them on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Well, so far they haven't caught the mistake, so let's not point it out to them.
Georgia with the basketball. Northwestern's bench is screaming, fix the score. Jump hook from the right baseline. Bridges is no good off the rim. Rebound to Young for Northwestern, one of their big guys. Now they do fix the scoreboard.
Well, those guys down there yelled at them.
Yeah. If there's an official score, he knows what the score is. Bowie with the basketball. Step back two to the top of the key. That won't go. Rebound tapped up. Hit by Northwestern right over to Jalen Ingram to Georgia. Oquindo's got it now for the Dogs. Georgia pushes it up, kicks it out for a three to Christian Wright. That's off the rim. No good. Rebound Northwestern with 5:05 to go. Leads back up to 14 now for the Wildcats. The Dogs have gone cold after they made their surge. We had a pretty good push to trim a 24-point deficit down to 10. But we've kind of run out of gas, I think. Lay-in by Williams won't go. We'll see if we've got any extra fuel in the tank. Dogs with a rebound. Braylon Bridges. Georgia has possession of the ball with Wright. Christian Wright, the freshman from Alpharetta, on the left wing. Gives it to Etter. Looks inside to Bridges. He hasn't posted up completely yet. We send it into the corner to Ingram. One-handed pass, Oquindo. Catch and shoot three. All net. Cario Oquindo with a long three. He's got 10, and it's an 11-point lead, 66-55 with 4:18 to go. Northwestern maybe going to slow it down and burn some clock now on their possessions. Williams pulls the ball away on his left hip. Now they have it to Young down on the right baseline. Works against Bridges. He bumps. He dips under. Scoop shot. Good. Young has been very good for them tonight. And a timeout with 3:59 remaining. 68-55. Northwestern by 13. Breaking the action. Back to New Jersey after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein to give your body what it needs when it needs it. Recover and build lean muscle with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Put on your red and black. Grab your foam finger and get ready to unleash the dogs. Scana Energy is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Every day is a dog day here, so get loud, Georgia. Join Scana Energy as we unleash the savings and cheer our team to glory this basketball season. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to save.
Want more exclusives and behind-the-scenes Bulldogs content, more game highlights, mic'd ups, and original programming? Search for the Georgia Bulldogs All Access channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Georgia Bulldogs All Access, your official inside connection to Georgia football and all Georgia Bulldog sports.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas. White Plains, New York.
$68-55, Northwestern leading Georgia with 3:59 remaining. Dogs have their shooting percentage up to 36%. It was in the 20s for much of the ball game. 50% here in this half as Georgia has come back from 24 down. We got as close as 10, but it's at 13 right now.
You felt like we would shoot better, but you felt like we'd shoot better from behind the arc. And we've still, even though this has been a better half, it's not been what Tom Crean wants, because he wants to hit threes in bunches like they have.
Yes, in bulk.
And that hadn't happened for us. In fact, we've not shot the ball that well here in Newark, over these 2 days.
Georgia will have the possession. Jalen Ingram will tuck in his jersey and inbound the ball to Cook, and we'll bring it up the length of the floor, right to left from our view. Cook on the left wing picks up his dribble out front. Across the floor, it goes to Ingram. Into the corner, now to right. He'll move to his left. Couple of dribbles, feed it back down to Braylon Bridges. Steps into the paint, shoots in front of the basket. Left-hander up and in, good.
We've missed him out with fouls, too.
Yeah, he's playing with 4, as is Ingram.
It's good to get him back on the floor.
That's a lot of minutes. Here. You're right. 68-57, 11-point lead for Northwestern. Wildcats with a basketball. Bowie dribbles with the right hand, tries to keep Cook away with the other. Cook defending. Now Bowie gives it to Nance, one of their big guys, 6'10", way out front. Puts it on the floor, works against Ingram. That's going to be 5 on Jalen. They call the foul on the Georgia super senior.
And that's also going to be bonus for them.
5th foul on Jalen Ingram, the 6'7" graduate transfer from Florida Atlantic University from Madison, Georgia. Going to be disqualified from the game, I believe, although he's not leaving the floor at this point.
Yeah, he is now.
Now they officially announced the 5th foul, I guess, and he will come out. Tom Crean will huddle up his team. He's got a little bit of time to make the substitution. Jackson Etter's going to check back in for the Dogs after Ingram has fouled out of the game. 128th game for Jalen Ingram, the 24-year-old from Madison, Georgia. He and Cook have really played a lot of basketball in their career. This is the 139th game for Aaron Cook in his long collegiate career at Southern Illinois and Gonzaga, and now in Athens. Nance is going to be at the line for Northwestern to shoot foul shots. 1-1 for Nance. Free throw number 1 on the way, rolls it in there, good. Nance, who averages 18.5, now has 9 points in the game tonight. First trip to the line.
Yeah, we've done a good job defensively against their big guys, but they are intimidating.
Young's had a good night for them. That's one of their other bigs, as Nance hits a pair. Young's got 17, 6 of 8. He's perfect from the line, 5 for 5 tonight. Those guys are nice insurance to have on the floor. Dogs with the ball, right spins into the teeth of the defense, down the lane, going to draw contact, to whistle a foul on Northwestern, and that's going to be on Bowie, their guard, his 3rd.
We'll see what Northwestern's doing now with their defense is they're extending their defense, pressuring Georgia out behind the arc because they know right now that's the Dogs' only chance. And that opens up lanes like that for a young guy that's got some speed and quickness like Christian Wright to get to the glass.
Right, free throw, going to bounce out, no good. Dogs have missed some foul shots here in the second half. We're now 14 of 21. We've missed 7 in the game. Northwestern's made all 9 of theirs. Wright hits the second foul shot. He's got 9 points in the game. He goes 1 for 2 there. It's a 12-point lead for the Wildcats, 70-58. 2:54 remaining. Nance on the dribble for Northwestern's. Picked up his dribble near half court. Bowie comes out to help him. The 6'2 guard. Now he works against Cook. Dribbles on the logo. Young sets the screen. Gives Cook a hip check. Now Bowie drives all the way to the basket, throws it up from the right side, and it goes good. 20 points now for Bowie. He averages 16.5. 72-58, 14-point Northwestern lead, 2:25 remaining. Bridges threads the needle for Georgia to Oquendo, slashing from the left side and scores on a layup. Bridges with a nice assist on the pass, and Oquendo with his 12th points of the ball game. 72-60, Northwestern.
Good sharp cut, too, by Oquendo. Right for the glass. Got the great pass and easy bucket.
Northwestern taking time. Shot clock down at 10. And Bowie just still out front dribbling. Nance has it. Goes into the corner to Greer. Here comes a three, uncontested. Far side of the rim, no good. They save the rebound, and Nance will score underneath. Simmons saved it under the basket and tossed it 2 feet away to Nance, who was right under the bucket, and an easy lay-in from underneath the basket for the 6'10 forward. Nance now with a dozen points. 74-60 Northwestern. Eder falling down from the right corner. Airballs one short, well short of the rim by about 2 or 3 feet as he fell down in the right corner. Northwestern with the basketball. The game's squarely in hand for the Wildcats. 1:22 to go as Bowie crosses the half-court line. He's fouled by Christian Wright. Wright with his first. 9th team foul on Georgia. It'll be 1-1 for Northwestern. Bowie will go to the line. 78% foul shooter. And getting his first free throws of the game.
One of the more unique names that we have come across.
The right-hander puts it up and in. They're still perfect from the line now, 10 for 10, and Bowie has 21 points. Well, you said before the game, Chuck, that Bowie was a guy that could fill it up for Northwestern, and he's doing so tonight. Leading scorer in the game with 21. He's taken 21 shots. He's only hit 8 of them. But 4 of them were threes. He rolls in a pair of free throws here to put it back up to 16 points, 76-60. So Georgia got it down to 10 after trailing by 24, but it's going the other direction now with 1:14 to play. Cook dribbling, trying to find some space, sweeping, running layup, going right to left through the lane. That's no good. And a foul on the rebound on Jabri Abdur-Rahim. After Northwestern got the ball, Jabri with the foul. That's his third. Stops the clock with 69 seconds to go. 10th team foul on the Dogs, so double bonus now for the last 1:09 of the game. And it'll be Pete Nance at 6'10", senior, going to the line, 80% foul shooter. Nance 2 for 2 tonight with a dozen points, 10 of those coming in this half. And that free throw is good, as you can hear. Christian Wright to come back into the ball game for Georgia. Jackson Eder goes out. Dogs got in a deep hole in the first half, just couldn't dig out of it here in the second, although they made a pretty good surge and a nice push to get back into the ball game. Nance hits both foul shots for Northwestern. 78-60 now the Wildcats lead. Georgia in front court with Christian Wright. They feed it into Braylon Bridges. Baseline spin move. Before he could get out of the spin move, the whistle blows and a foul on Northwestern, and that's going to go on Ryan Young, the big guy. 6'10" and 240, guarding Bridges. And that's going to put Braylon on the free throw line for 1-1. Braylon Bridges, 58% foul shooter. 10 points in the game, 2 for 2 from the line tonight, and the left-hander misses on the front end of the 1-1. Rebound Nance, less than a minute to go. Northwestern basketball. Nance will take it up himself into the front court, hand it to Bowie, who curls around behind him. Now Bowie just holding it in the center circle on the logo, middle of the floor. Now he'll walk to his right. Christian Wright guarding now.
We're making no effort to foul it, so we're going to let it go.
Yeah, just 8 seconds on the shot clock. 35 to play in the game. Now it's down to 4 seconds. Bowie looks at the three, gives it to Nance. He'll fire the three, try to bank it in, almost cracked the backboard. Rebound down to the Dogs. 25 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Cook into the lane. Throws it down to Braylon Bridges. Just above the right block, a little jump hook by Bridges goes with 17 seconds remaining. He's got a dozen, and it's a 78-62 contest. And now the clock begins to tick. Chris Collins and Tom Crean embrace. They've known each other for a long time. Both Midwestern coaches for a long time. Have a brief conversation there, and the clock will tick down to 0, and Northwestern will win this ball game with your final. The Wildcats 78 and the Bulldogs 62. So with the win, Northwestern now 5-1 for the year, and with the loss, Georgia now 2-4 on the season. The Dogs will go home. Our next game will be Sunday against the Wofford Terriers at Stegman Coliseum. That'll be a 4 o'clock start in Athens on Sunday the 28th. The first of 8 consecutive home games for the Bulldogs basketball team. The schedule ramps up a little bit next week. After Wofford, we get Memphis in town on Wednesday, December 1st, and that'll be a handful at 7:15 on that Wednesday night.
And what we have to worry about right now, and I do mean worry about, is confidence in our shooting. It didn't come in real high to this tournament, and we didn't do anything to boost it. And shooting, becomes a thing of confidence. It becomes, when you let it go, it's going. And when you get to those kind of shooters where, they're confident in their shot, then your percentages are going to jump up. Those three-point makes are going to jump up. And that's what we need right now. We need some guys that are real confident behind the arc. But you can tell the way some of our guys shoot, they're letting it go too quickly, because they're afraid, the defense is going to get here, I better let it go. And it just doesn't look right. It doesn't look right, and we have got to, we've got to get better in our confidence in our three-point shooting. That three-point shooting is going to be the only thing that's going to save us this year.
Chuck, a couple of guys we've got on those long-range jumpers, they just flatline. There's no arc on the ball. It's just almost a straight line to the rim, and your chances of making that shot are not real high.
Not real high. You're exactly right, Scott. And I'll tell you, I take Tom Crean at his word. He sees these guys in the gym every day.
Right.
And he says that they're better shooters than what we're seeing out here on the floor. And that's where we've got to see it, is out here on the floor. And I think we will. I believe we will. I believe right now the kids are still, getting accustomed to each other, and there's so much in this new system. And look, when they're trying to concentrate on rebounding, because they're not the biggest team by far. They're virtually every time we take the floor, we're the smaller team. And so they're working their rear ends off on defense and rebounding and trying to find some cohesion so they don't get the turnovers. And I got to feel like that shooting is going to come.
It didn't necessarily come tonight for the Dogs as Georgia falls to Northwestern 78-62. And stick around. We've got the Regions Bank Locker Room Report coming up next, where you can get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. We'll get that started right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Kroger knows this year the holidays are doubly important, so make your celebrations doubly special with fresh, never frozen prime grade beef and Simple Truth organic Brussels sprouts. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Double specialness, void where prohibited. Certain restrictions. Wait, stop illegal. We've got even more special holiday food. It's like delicious king crab legs with private selection gourmet potatoes or cave-aged Murray's cheese and fresh baked La Brea bread. Kroger, fresh for everyone. All right, legal. You're up. Double specialness, void where prohibited. Certain restrictions may apply. Shop at participating stores for more details.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
This is Matt Siraj, fourth generation owner of Community Coffee. My great grandfather named it Community, just out of appreciation and respect for his friends and neighbors. And for 100 years, our family has been about two things: great tasting coffee and great people. And as America's #1 family-owned retail coffee brand, we believe it's our responsibility to continue to give them the best tasting coffee experience possible. And it's why we're excited for you to discover your new favorite blend. Look for Community Coffee at a store near you.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Regions, get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Coming up, reaction from the Dogs locker room, stats, and a look at other games around the SEC and across the country. Now, let's go back courtside.
Welcome back to the Regions Locker Room Report, brought to you by Regions, where you can get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card. Just visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Northwestern too strong for the Dogs tonight here in the Legends Classic consolation game in Newark, New Jersey. The Wildcats win it over the Bulldogs in their first ever meeting between these two schools. 78-62 was the final, and Chuck, the Dogs got in a little too deep in that first half, down 20 at intermission, and then fell down by as much as 24 before they started to eat away at the deficit.
You know, we've talked about this before, but when you dig a hole that deep, the energy it takes to get out of it kind of robs your legs in the closing minutes of a game. And closing is something that we've struggled with anyway, but we came into this game already with a couple of guys back at the hotel a little under the weather, and so that shortens up your bench. And then, you know, you dig a 24-point hole in the first half because just nothing will go in the basket for you. And as a result, it just took way too much. Even though I thought Georgia made a really nice run where they were getting stops on one end and they were scoring on the other. We did, however, during that stretch, we missed some threes and we missed some free throws that could have really helped. Could have brought that back to a point where it did a little tighter for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They wouldn't have been quite as relaxed.
Give a little pressure,
Yeah, and gotten them in that situation, and we just didn't get the ball to go.
Georgia shot right at 52% in the second half, and that's what spurned some of that comeback. But again, fell short tonight, 78-62 the final. Let's select our IBEW Player of the Game, brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 613. We are Georgia's electricians. Visit IBEW613.org. And Chuck and I talked about it during the commercial break, and we liked Cario Oquindo tonight. Had a dozen points. He shared scoring honors for the Dogs. He was 5 for 7. He had a couple of threes, and he certainly had the highlight dunk of the night.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Flying down the floor, and then he was in the air. Not only was it just a great slam dunk, but he drew the foul too. So give that young man credit. He is quite an athlete, and he's a guy that's fun to watch play.
Oquindo, our IBEW Player of the Game, he had 2 rebounds and 2 assists to go with his 12 points tonight. But again, the Dogs come up short against Northwestern, the final 78-62. We'll continue with our Regions Locker Room Report from the Prudential Center here in Newark, New Jersey. You can get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. We'll continue with our post-game coverage right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
You know what's fun about the holidays? Yep, it's shopping. Well, the Georgia Lottery and Fantasy 5 are about to up the fun with a chance to win a $5,000 shopping spree. Every week in November, 5 winners will win $5,000 to go shopping. Just enter your non-winning Fantasy 5 ticket at fantasy5giveaway.com. And who knows, you could win $5,000 to buy whatever you want. It all happens in November. So play Fantasy 5 from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
Healing and protecting your heart isn't a one-person job. It takes a team. At Northside Hospital Heart Institute, we brought together 75 leading physicians with the expertise to treat any cardiovascular condition. Whether you need a checkup, to get your blood pressure under control, or face a serious heart surgery, we're here to give you the utmost confidence in your care. Now at over 50 locations across Georgia. Northside Hospital Heart Institute. Excellence at heart.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Every basketball fan knows that playing at home is an advantage. But when you're ready for a home, the competition can be fierce. A verified approval letter from Rocket Mortgage can help. It tells sellers that your offer is good, helping your bid compete with cash buyers and giving you an edge in the home buying market. So when your finances need a home court advantage, Rocket can. Get started at RocketMortgage.com. Rocket Mortgage, proud supporter of college athletics.
A verified approval is based on an underwriter's analysis of your individual financial information and Brazilian title report. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states and westconsumeraccess.org number 3030.
Under the basket, taken away by Georgia. Oquendo flies down the floor. Whoa. Nasty one-handed jam in the air and a foul. Oh, my goodness. And that was the ultimate drive of the game, driven by your Atlanta area BMW centers, providing legendary performance, exceptional offers, and a premium ownership experience. At BMW, they only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. And that was the highlight dunk that we were referring to from Cario Oquendo, the 6'4 sophomore junior college transfer from Titusville, Florida. He has those plays every now and then that just make you stand up and say, wow. And that was certainly one tonight. But Georgia comes up short to Northwestern this evening, falling by a score of 78-62. That's our final, as the Dogs are now 2-4 on the year. Northwestern with the win, now 5-1. The Dogs' next game coming up Sunday at home as they host Wofford Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock at Stegman Coliseum. We hope to see you there. We'll continue with more of the Regions Locker Room Report. We're going to catch up with Coach Tom Crean in just a little bit. You can get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. We'll step aside just a moment. Back for more right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia drivers take pride in their cars because your car is important to you. It gets you back and forth every day, helping you connect with family and friends, getting you to work, to the store, and the football game. Protect the vehicle that protects you with dependable coverage from an insurance company that's known for keeping its promises. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, right here in your community. Learn more at gfbinsurance.com.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore. It's where dogs shop.
Put on your red and black. Grab your foam finger and get ready to unleash the dogs. Scana Energy is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Every day is a dog day here, so get loud, Georgia. Join Scana Energy as we unleash the savings and cheer our team to glory this basketball season. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to save.
Back here in the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, Legends Classic winding down for the Bulldogs as Georgia falls to Northwestern tonight. 78-62 was the final. The Dogs were down 20 at the half and then outscored Northwestern by 4 in the second half, but the hole was too deep for the Dogs to climb out of, and Georgia loses for the fourth time this season, now 2-4 on the year. Northwestern, with the win, improves to 5-1. This is the Regions Locker Room Report, where you can get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. We are going to catch up with Coach Tom Crean in just a little bit. He's still visiting with his team in the locker room after the game, and we'll talk to him as soon as he is free. Right now, we want to run down our final stats from tonight's ball game. Brought to you by Northside Hospital. They have brought their legacy of quality health care to Gwinnett County. Today, Northside is expanding resources and facilities in Lawrenceville, Duluth, Brazelton, and in other communities near you. Northside is proud to serve Gwinnett and to serve your families. To learn more, visit northside.com. As we take a look at the numbers for the Bulldogs tonight, Georgia shot 38% for the game. They were over 50% in the second half, finished 21 of 55 for the contest, 38.2% on threes. Georgia was 5 of 24 for 21%. And at the foul line, we finished at 65%, 15 of 23. Individually, for the Bulldogs, we had two players lead the way with a dozen points. Braylon Bridges had 12, and Cario Oquindo, our IBEW player of the game, also finished with 12. Bridges had 5 rebounds as well. Oquindo had 2 rebounds and 2 assists. We had 2 other players in double figures. Jalen Ingram with 10. He also had 9 boards. And Aaron Cook, who had 10 points and 6 assists and 3 rebounds. Cook was 4 of 12 shooting the basketball, 1 for 5 on 3-point attempts. The rest of the scoring for the Dogs, Christian Wright had 9 points. Jackson Eder off the bench with 4. Jabri Abdul-Rahim just 1 for 7 from the field, missed all 5 of his 3-point attempts, finished with 3 points in the contest and 3 rebounds. And Tyron McMillan had 2 points and 3 boards to round out Georgia's scoring. For Northwestern, the Wildcats were led by Boo Buie, their guard, with 22 points. He was 8 of 21 tonight, 4 of 12 on threes. They had 2 other guys in double figures, make it 3 other guys, 1 off the bench. An impressive performance by Ryan Young, the big 6'10 forward, 6 of 8 tonight. Perfect from the line, 5 for 5. He had 17 points, second leading scorer in the game. Nance finished with 14, and Barry finished with 10. They were perfect from the free throw line tonight, 13 for 13, 9 of 28 on threes, 32%. And for the game, they shot right at 44%, 28 of 64, the final tally there. Turnovers, Georgia had 14, and Northwestern had 10. And that's basically it, all the heavy numbers for you for the Bulldogs as they fall 78-62 to Georgia. And we'll get some final thoughts from Chuck Dowdle before we turn it over to Coach Crean here in a moment.
Well, again, this was one of those where Georgia came in a little bit shorthanded. guys under the weather. We had guys that, that were playing a little under the weather. So we had some that were under the weather, couldn't go. We had some that were under the weather that still made a strong effort for it tonight. And again, when you fall down 24 and try to dig out of that hole, that's tough. Shots wouldn't fall for us early. And then when we did start to get some stops and shots started to fall, we made some mistakes at the free throw line, left some points there, never could get it down into that 6 or 7 point manageable area where I thought we might have it for a few seconds there, but we just weren't able to get it there. And look, give them credit. That's a good basketball team. They've got some size. They shoot the ball well, and they certainly are very unselfish the way they play.
Well, Virginia and Providence are coming up here in the championship game of the Legends Classic, but we're going to send it along back to our studios as we say goodnight from Newark, New Jersey in our 2-day stint here. The final score, Northwestern over Georgia, 78-62. The Dogs back at it at home, Stegman Coliseum, Sunday afternoon, hosting Wofford at 4 o'clock. Hope to see you on Sunday. So, for our producer-engineer here in New Jersey, Adam Gillespie, and my broadcast partner, Chuck Dowdle, I'm Scott Howard. Zach Jewell is in our network studios, our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, and he's next, and we'll hear from Coach Tom Crean as well, coming up right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The SEC taught us that there's nothing like game day in Athens. And if you're all about the black and red, there's nothing like having the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions in your wallet. As the official bank of the SEC, Regions is here to help you pull for your team with everything you've got. To order your card, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Up to the second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Take advantage of our holiday credit today. Visit BMWATL.com for details. Go Dogs!
Zach Jewell back with you here in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studio to continue the region's locker room report as the Dogs fall to Northwestern 78-62 the final. Time now to get you caught up to date on some of the scores around the nation. We'll start in the SEC where we got one game final from earlier, part of the Maui Jim Maui Invitational. Again, that tournament being played in Las Vegas, the second straight year away from the islands as they played it in Asheville when North Carolina last year. Texas A&M defeats Butler 57-50 in that one. One game in progress right now with 11:47 to go in the first half. Wofford leading South Carolina 24-16. And coming up at 9:30 tonight, part of the Hall of Fame Classic presented by Hotels.com. Number 13 Arkansas takes on Cincinnati. Moving to the top 25. One other final to tell you about. Number 12 Houston picks up their first loss of the season. That game also a Maui Invitational game. Wisconsin tops the Cougs 65-63. One game in progress there as well. Again, a Hall of Fame Classic game. Number 14, Illinois leads Kansas State 14-13 with 11:53 to go in the first half. Coming up later tonight at 10 p.m., number 1 Gonzaga takes on number 2 UCLA. A huge game early in the season from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. That game a part of the Good Sam Empire Classic. Since we won't talk again until Saturday, let's run you through the SEC football slate. Usually every SEC game comes on Saturday, but it is Thanksgiving week, which means we lead things off on Thursday with the Egg Bowl between number 12 Ole Miss and number 25 Mississippi State. That game with a 7:30 kickoff. But then we go to Friday with Missouri and number 21 Arkansas, a 3:30 kick on CBS. That game on Friday afternoon. Going to Saturday, a full day of SEC football. Lots of rivalry games, including our own down on the flats at historic Bobby Dodd Stadium. Number 1 Georgia takes on Georgia Tech at noon. Florida and Florida State also at noon. 3:30 brings us out number 2 Alabama and Auburn. Vanderbilt and Tennessee at 3:45 on the SEC Network. Number 16 Texas A&M and LSU at 7. At 7:30 Kentucky and Louisville, and at 7:30 Clemson and South Carolina. That'll do it for Check It Scores, but stay tuned. We still have much more post-game coverage of the Dogs ahead, including a visit with head coach Tom Crean. That's coming up next here on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Georgia drivers take pride in their cars because your car is important to you. It gets you back and forth every day, helping you connect with family and friends, getting you to work, to the store, and the football game. Protect the vehicle that protects you with dependable coverage from an insurance company that's known for keeping its promises. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, right here in your community. Learn more at gfbinsurance.com.
To cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The SEC taught us that it's easy to love winning, but that the best of the best know where to look for the win, even in losing. Because setbacks are an inevitable part of almost any endeavor, and the hardest lessons are the ones that teach us the most. As the official bank of the SEC, at Regions, we believe every day is a good day to dig deeper. What has the SEC taught you? Join the conversation with hashtag SEC Lessons. Regions Bank. Member FDIC.
At Wrangler, we know that life is all about taking the reins, no matter what's in front of you or which way the road turns. Because life is one big glorious ride, and Wrangler jeans are made to handle every step of it. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Wrangler is made for those moments when your heart says go and you follow it beyond what's expected. Because when the heart calls, you gotta be ready in jeans that are made to move and built to last. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Well, back in the Bulldog locker room here, and with head coach Tom Crean, and Coach, nothing would go early, and then we dug a big hole, and that takes a lot of energy to climb out of that.
Yeah, we did not play over our adversity of sickness and fatigue and things like that in the first half. And we definitely have people sick. We were missing Noah and Tyrone today. I mean, we had other guys that were playing, and they weren't feeling good, and we struggled overcoming that. And we were much different in the second half. Unfortunately, I think some of it has a lot to do with the ball was going in the basket. But as one of the coaches said in here, Brian Fish said that 6-minute stretch in there might have been the most physical we've been on defense all year.
Well, no doubt. You had some stops, consecutive stops, and then getting buckets on the other end. Yeah, we scored 10 out of 12 straight possessions, got in the paint 15 times on those possessions. And that's it never fails. You know, when you're making shots, you're going to play better, but our physical defense was what created us to be able to make shots. And we, like I said, we never overcame our own adversities and circumstances in the first half. And second half, we sucked it up and we went. But the first half, we never overcame it. We put ourselves in a hole, and they're too good a shooting team, too good a free throw shooting team, too good a passing team to do that with. And as big as they are, I thought we did a great job on the boards.
Yeah, we did a good job. We did a good job. But, I mean, it is. They're very big. They're very big, and they're very old. And he's done a really good job there. And they play the way he wants to play. They move the ball. They're unselfish. And but we asked a lot of guys today. You know, I wasn't sure Aaron Cook was going to play with the way he was feeling from last night and today. And he came out and gave us everything that he had. That's what it comes down to. It really does. You got to have enough guys that the Warriors just come out and go at it. And that's what has to happen. And for a period there, it did. I thought we'd keep trickling it back or trickling it back down once it got to 10. But we made some strides in the second half. But the first half was what buried us. And that's tough. It's tough when we don't have any communication, and we didn't. But we could see it in the locker room. I was trying to pull a magic act to get ready to play. And we just didn't have it. We didn't have it. And but we came back and showed that we can have it. So we've got to figure out how to build on that.
Heading home now, 8 straight games at home. That'll certainly help.
Well, yeah, we just got to get better each day in these practices and things of that nature. And they've gone 9 straight days, so that's hard. And it's everybody says, well, it's 9 straight days. No, 9 straight days is hard. And with practice and the games that we've had, and we've got to be able to regroup and make some adjustments, tweak some things, and kind of go from there. But it definitely will be good to be home and have our fans back in front of us.
No doubt about it. Coach, thanks so much, and we'll get you back in Stegman.
All right, thank you.
All right, Tom Crean with us here on the post-game show, and let's get back to Zach in the Piedmont Healthcare Studio.
Thank you very much, Chuck. Back here in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studio, one final time to run you through what's coming up for the Dogs. We'll start with Coach Joni Taylor's Lady Dogs, off to a 4-0 start to the season. They're back in action Friday afternoon to take on Notre Dame as part of the Daytona Beach Invitational. That game slated for a 4:30 tip-off, so you can hear pregame coverage beginning at 4:15 on some of these same network affiliate stations. For Coach Smart's Dogs, the first of two straight games in Atlanta comes on Saturday as we take on Tech from the Flats at historic Bobby Dodd Stadium. Kickoff for Queen Old Fashioned Hate is scheduled for high noon, so our exclusive coverage of the Dogs starts at 8 a.m. Then you can relive the action Sunday morning just after 10 a.m. with Jeff Dantzler and Kevin Butler on the Bulldog Brunch live from the Hilltop Grill. Finally, the men's team will take the floor next on Sunday against Wofford at Stegman Coliseum. Tip-off between the Bulldogs and the Terriers is set for 4 p.m. Sunday afternoon, so we will hit the air with pregame coverage at 3:35. One other programming note to pass along, there will be no Bulldogs live this week. We take the week off for Thanksgiving, so please enjoy the holiday. That's going to do it for us tonight. Again, the final score from the Prudential Center, Dogs fall to the Wildcats, 78-62. For Adam Gillespie engineering, Scott Howard and Chuck Dowdle on the mics, I'm Zach Jewell. We thank you for making us a part of your Tuesday evening. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, you've been listening to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Georgia Farm Bureau, always the home team. And by Piedmont Healthcare, connecting you with great care every step of the way. With confidence, we move forward. With heart, we keep carrying on. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, powered by Learfield and JMI Sports.